It is the ambiance and the beautifulness of opening day here at Four Winds Field, and it is thrilling to have you on My Michiana with Tyler Reedy. I'm Brendan King. The colors are now leaving the field as both teams were introduced on their respective foul lines to begin the game. And again, although it's cold, it is a great opening day at Four Winds Field. And I'll tell you what, a lot of folks have come out in downtown South Bend to enjoy this one. And soon we're going to have the Cubs and the Chiefs at South Bend and Peoria here on opening night at Four Winds Field, as both of these teams both starting their seasons respectively on the road. Peoria, actually, they were at home. They started and dropped 3 in a row to the Quad Cities River Bandits. They now head on the road. As for the South Bend Cubs, starting in Beloit, dropping 3 consecutive ball games over the weekend, but it is the first homestand of the season for the South Bend Cubs. And as we will tell you through the next couple minutes, it is a talented roster for the South Bend Cubs that packs the ballpark here in 2025. But we're thrilled to be with you again on My Michiana. The first television game is the first home game here for the South Bend Cubs. And with Tyler Reedy, I'm Brendan King. Tyler, you were just talking about it on the radio side, but those here at Four Winds Field today certainly seeing a lot of talent on this roster.
No question about it. This is a South Bend Cubs roster that you and I both agree is going to be able to make some noise, perhaps more so than last year, and try and get started early here against the Peoria Chiefs. A lot more power than we've seen in recent years within this lineup. The pitching staff features a handful of returners, 19 total returners. Previous year's South Bend Cubs on this team, and coming back this year to try and start off 1-0 at Four Winds Field.
You see the starting lineups are being exchanged between the managers and the umpires. Now you see us. It's Tyler and BK. We're glad to have you in the booth. Nick Lavello, as you said, leading the charge for the South Bend Cubs in his second season. Roberto Espinoza just getting started in his managerial role in Peoria. He had been at rookie ball for a long, long time. But I'll tell you what, Tyler, already early in this season, I understand there's more than 100 games to go. But let's be honest, the winner of tonight's game is going to be 4-0. The loser of tonight's game is going to be 0-4. There's some momentum on the line.
No question about it. I mean, you're trying to get off the schneid early on here, and it's a long season. You know that. But just to get that first win on either side here for Peoria or South Bend, just gets the monkey off your back a little bit and can really get you into a rhythm as a ball club. You don't have to worry about pressing anymore, feeling like as an individual you've got to make the winning play to get your team that first win. You're in the win column, and now you can start to play that team baseball and really get going into the middle part of April.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, the Cubs are looking for their first lead of the campaign. If you were not following us from Beloit, the Cubs dropped opening day in shutout fashion. It was a final score of 7-0. And then the Cubs played 2 very close games on Saturday and Sunday. It was very cold in Beloit. So South Bend, at times in those games, were sort of the victims of what we had when it came to the conditions in Beloit. It was very windy. It was very chilly. South Bend hit multiple warning track shots. Rafael Morel was literally 2 feet away from a go-ahead grand slam on Sunday. But that's also going to be the case here today in South Bend, where it is in the 30s. It is breezy. The wind started today by actually blowing out to center. About 10 o'clock this morning, the wind was gusting out to center field. Earlier today, it was also changing direction around BP, blowing out to right. We saw it pregame at time, blowing in from center. So the wind, point being, has switched and turned all over the place here in downtown South Bend this afternoon. As what you're seeing is the veteran of the game here at Four Winds Field, and a couple South Bend Cubs players recognizing our veteran of the game here pregame on opening day. It was very cool, too. Mark Haley, former South Bend Silverhawks manager, threw out the first pitch. It was amazing. And if you guys have not kept up with any updates, Mark Haley spent about a year in the hospital after multiple brain surgeries. And Haley, who one of the winningest managers in Midwest League history, longtime skipper of the South Bend Silverhawks, 2005 Midwest League champs. Since 2015, he had been running the First Source Bank Performance Center. And again, over the last year or so, has really been battling some serious health issues. However, we can say Hale's had a smile on his face. He threw a strike. And David Avitia, Cubs catcher, caught that first pitch, and it was amazing. Andrew Berlin was on the field. So certainly an emotional couple minutes there for longtime fans and listeners here at South Bend Cubs baseball. And I know you probably have not met Mark Haley just yet, but South Bend Silverhawks, this goes way back, and Mark Haley was even an assistant coach with the South Bend White Sox. So from a historical perspective, pretty big day.
Yeah, the history's all in play. I mean, just one of the many great festivities of opening day. I mean, you walk around this place, you see the red, white, and blue banners out in the outfield and hanging down from what's going to be the new second deck as these fans also making their way into Four Winds Field for the first time are getting maybe a first glance at the massive $48 million construction project that's going to be finished for the start of next season. So a lot in play, both historically and for the future this season in South Bend, and we can't wait to bring it to you.
Yeah, that's one thing. Those watching here on My Michiana and listening on WSBT radio, you're going to be hearing a lot of and seeing a lot of what Tyler just mentioned, the $48 million renovation, which is taking place as we speak. But what we can say, heading into the 2025 season, phase one of the renovation, check mark. It's now phase two. And the convention center in the left field corner, as well as the completed suites in the second deck, those are coming. The splash pad over in left center field, but the fun zone has been moved to the right field corner. There is a brand new playing surface here on the diamond in downtown South Bend, which players are now taking the field for the first time, playing on top of. The prior playing surface was ripped out of the ground last September. It literally looked like the Sandlot. And then the fresh grass, was planted. And now here on opening day 2025, the new playing surface is here, and these players will certainly get to enjoy it. Let's talk players. Tyler Schlafer gets the start for the South Bend Cubs. Tyler Schlafer, a Chicago suburbs native, Homewood, Illinois, Homewood Flossmoor High School. He'll make his 2025 debut, and Schlafer's got quite the story. Back in 2022, Schlafer pitched in one game with the South Bend Cubs after he was promoted here from Low A Myrtle Beach. That 2022 start went very well. He threw 5 innings of 2-run baseball. Unfortunately, he got hurt at the end of that start and had to miss well over a year due to Tommy John surgery. Schlafer missed all of 2023, returned to South Bend last year in 2024. Did not go very well for Schlafer in his return to the Midwest League, but Tyler, as you said on the radio broadcast, he went back to Myrtle Beach and became a star.
He was phenomenal when he went down to Myrtle Beach. You know, didn't take it as a bad thing, didn't hang his head and pound about having to go back down to the Pelicans. He just kept pitching, and he pitched even better. A 1.87 ERA in his 8 appearances, 6 starts there at the end of the season, and now he's about to fire his first pitch.
We are ready to go. Tyler Schlafer delivers to Miguel Villarroel, and it's a called strike on a big breaker. 0-1, Tyler Schlafer deals the first pitch of the season here at Four Winds Field. From the windup, the strong right-hander deals again. Check swing and another slider. Did he go? No. Says our base umpire, Connor Crowell. Trey Ward is calling the balls and strikes, and the umpiring crew is brought to you by Indiana LASIK Centers. Schlafer wheels again, and he paints a fastball on the outer edge for a called strike to his battery mate, Ariel Armas, who is doing the catching here this evening. We'll introduce the rest of the Cubs defense here in just a little while. That was 94 on the gun with the heat from Tyler Schlafer, and he's got 2 strikes on Miguel Villarroel, and he bounces in a big curveball. Deflected away by Armas for ball 2. Miguel Villarroel, who we saw last year with Peoria, playing short today. 2 for 9 in his first 2 games of the campaign. Just underway, top of the first, and here's Schlafer's deal. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He fouled it into the mitt of Ariel Armas, and Ari held onto it. It's a strikeout for Tyler Schlafer to open things against Miguel Villarroel. What a start.
92-mile-an-hour fastball right by it. Put it over the plate, challenged him, said, here it is, hit it, and he couldn't. Excellent first at bat for Tyler Schlafer.
Bringing the heat on a 38-degree day. Gotta love it from Tyler Schlafer, who punches out the first man he faces. And now the batter is Ian Petrutz. Petrutz will hit a big bouncer over the mound, now to the charging shortstop Hernandez, who scoops, gathers, and throws, and gets Petrutz. 2 up, 2 down for Tyler Schlafer. The Cubs defensively have got Edgar Alvarez in left, Rafael Morel manning center. He can truly do it all. Ivan Brennauer is playing right field. As Braden Jobert checks in the 3 spot. We'll get to the Cubs infield after this pitch from Tyler Schlafer. To the lefty, Braden Jobert. First pitch inside. Reginald Preciado is manning the hot corner at third. Up the middle, the double play partners, Hernandez and Garcia. Brian Calmer's over at first. And it's the battery of Schlafer and Armas. Ground ball right side. It should be a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Schlafer. It will. Rayvaj Garcia makes the play. 1-2-3 go the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't score, and the Cubs are coming up next against right-hander Hansel Rincon here on Sports Radio WSBT and My Michiana.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Stunning sights, more clicks, web design from Websticks.
When you talk to the team at Websticks, it's a sign of a new beginning for your company's website. A fresh start. No more broken links, old information, dated pictures, or searching for the person or business who last worked on your site. Just tap Websticks and ask them to conduct their mini audit. It's totally free of charge. Or maybe you need a deeper inspection. Consider their major Tripwire 6-pillar audit. It's an 8-hour analysis with a detailed outcome report for only $500. In business since 2001, Websticks has completed over 1,000 website projects and over 20,000 maintenance tasks for their happy customers. Call 574-247-4364 or visit moreclickstoday.com.
Stunning sights, more clicks, web design from Websticks.
And over 26 different sauces and rubs to choose from, like the new barbecue ranch and Buffalo Blue. There's never been a better time to stop by the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Bottom of the first inning, the Cubs are coming up for the first time against right-hander Hansel Rincon. Here on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT, Christian Hernandez leads off against the tall righty. First pitch, he lays for Tyler Schlafer, 1-2-3 in his first appearance of 25.
Yeah, strikeout and 2 softly hit ground balls. Can't ask for much better.
Here's the next to Christian Hernandez. The righty will pop it up. Left side of the infield, now drifting into the outfield grass and foul ground is the third baseman, Page. He's actually going to make the catch to his left side back in fair ground. And Christian Hernandez is sent down on a pop fly. Here comes Andy Garriola.
Number 17, Andy Garriola.
Andy Garriola, good to have him back at Four Winds Field. Missed opening day, but played the next 2 at Beloit. Takes his first home AB here. And Andy will take a strike. Last time we saw Andy Garriola take a pitch here at home, it was unfortunate. It hit him on his left forearm, and it ended his season. So that was late last year. Unfortunate because he was just starting to get really hot. 0-1. He has a good slider from Rincon for a called strike. Hansel Rincon has started 3 games against the South Bend Cubs, and he has won 3 games against the South Bend Cubs. 3 starts last year against this team, and he was great in all of them. And it's quickly 2 strikes on Andy Garriola. Base is empty. Here comes the pitch from Rincon. Fouled away to the right. Rincon was a workhorse last year for Peoria. Pitched over 132 innings. Pretty good ERA, 3.80, back in Peoria to start this year. And the 0-2, Garriola strikes out swinging on a changeup. Slapping the tag on his backside is the Peoria catcher Ryan Campos, and it's been 5 up, 5 down to begin the game for the respective starters.
Yeah, both of these pitchers seem to be locating well early on. That was an off-speed pitch right on the inside corner, tied up Garriola there. And you talk about what Rincon did against the Cubs last year. Boy, he earned those 3 wins, sub-2 ERA in those 3 starts, 11 quality starts, most in almost a decade for a Peoria pitcher. He was great.
Let's see if Rafael Morel can be the first base runner of the game. He'll foul this one back for a strike. Peoria defensively, it is Ian Petrutz in left, Zach Levinson manning center, and the right fielder is Joshua Baez. Rafael Morel always takes a deep breath before each pitch. Waits on the 0-1. And it's fouled into the mid of the catcher Campos. Another solid off-speed pitch from Rincon. Quickly, 2 strikes on Rafael Morel. He's prepared for the cold, batting gloves, long undershirt, ski mask. The 0-2 now. Fouled back towards us. We'll do it again. The third baseman for Peoria is Trey Page. Miguel Villarroel at short. His double play partners, Trey Richardson, Brayden Jobert at first, and we mentioned the battery of Rincon and Campos. Ansel Rincon has got the short sleeves going. Slender right-hander fires. And Morel fouls it back again. Opening night here at Four Winds Field. First home game, first of 6 between these two this week. And then next week, the Cubs will be up in Grand Rapids, taking on Max Clark and the West Michigan Whitecaps. 0-2, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another changeup, and Morel goes down swinging. Both teams go 1-2-3 against their respective starters, Schlafer and Rincon. After an inning, we are scoreless on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
Budweiser is proud to join forces with Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen or disabled U.S. service members and first responders. Locally, United Beverage Company of South Bend salutes the commitment to those who serve our community and country. Over the last 14 years, Anheuser-Busch and wholesale partners like United Beverage have donated over $28 million, which has contributed to Folds of Honor's delivery of 51,000 scholarships since the nonprofit's founding. To those who have served our country, thank you. This Bud's for you.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, talk, touch their hair. Details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones we carry with us every day. Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning. When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
The Cubs Den Team Store offers the best service, selection, and pricing on the items you want most. They have apparel for the entire family, including the new South Bend Star on-field hat and fan-favorite obvious shirts. Visit the store at Four Winds Field or shop online at southbendcubs.com. With Tyler Reedy, I'm Brendan King. Both teams went 1-2-3 in their respective half innings of the first. Tyler Schlafer deals a strike to Joshua Baez. Baez is the cleanup man for Peoria. 4, 5, and 6 doing the order as Schlafer fires. Swing and a miss. Well, got to imagine on a cold night, Tyler Schlafer didn't mind too much a quick trip back out to the mound after a successful top of the first inning. Did not have to sit on that bench for very long, although there are heaters there in the Four Winds Field dugouts. Probably best when you're staying active and working from the windup. 0-2 here on Baez, 4 for 11 in 3 games on the young season. And he fouls it into the mid of Armas for strike 3. Tyler Schlafer has punched out another. That's his second. He has began each inning today with a strikeout, looking composed.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, you're out. Doesn't get much more efficient than that for Schlafer. he again went with the fastball, top of the zone, 92. Can't catch up to it.
Now it's Zach Levinson. Levinson is your Hoosier Lottery strikeout man. He'll take a slider low and away. If Tyler Schlafer can strike out Zach Levinson here, one lucky section at Four Winds Field wins a free Cash 5 coupon from the Hoosier Lottery. Scoreless game, top of the second inning. Levinson will lay off a pitch high and inside. Levinson, a guy we saw a lot with Peoria last year. In fact, one of Levinson's homers last season came against Tyler Schlafer. 2-0 is in for a strike. 0 for 6 to start this season, though, for Levinson. He has walked 3 times. Levinson Schlafer working with Ariel Armas as his battery mate. Chopper to the right of the mound. Second baseman Rayvaz Garcia is going to come clean it up and fire over to Carmel. 5 up, 5 down for Tyler Schlafer.
Here's the Chiefs catcher.
I love the clean defensive start for this Cubs infield. 3 chances to make a play for Hernandez and Garcia in the first. Garcia again here in the second. You know, it's cold. No reason that you shouldn't pitch to contact. Get your defense involved. If you're Schlafer, he's doing just that, pumping the zone, and the guys behind him are making the plays.
35 degrees here on opening night at Four Winds Field. What were you saying about a possible record as this is bounced in for a ball to Ryan Campos? One of the colder ones?
Well, that would make it the 3rd coldest home opener temperature since 2005 here for the South Bend Cubs. There are a couple 32s in there. I know 2018, your first home opener was one of those, but yeah, 35, the 3rd coldest.
I remember it well. Swing and a miss by Ryan Campos. Yeah, I've talked about this with Tyler Schlafer before, back when he was a South Bend Cub, even in 2022 as a Homewood Flossmoor man in high school. Not only was that one of my rival high schools, I played there before. Fly ball smacked towards left on the 1-1. Settling under it is Edgar Alvarez. He's going to make the snag and slap the leather on it. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Tyler Schlafer, who worked in a lot of cold ball games, pitching at HF in high school. We go to the bottom of the second. No score on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
At United Federal Credit Union, we'd like to be the first to say welcome home with a mortgage loan made just for you. Whether you're looking for a construction or lot loan for your future dream home or a mortgage for a home you can move into right away, our expert advisors will help you find the way to your new front door. Get started today with our easy online application at unitedfcu.com/mortgage. United Federal Credit Union. We get you. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 471962.
I expected it to be a lot easier.
I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. I didn't know what step to take next.
I was transitioning from the military. I was a vehicle gunner.
An avionics specialist.
I was an MP, military police.
My friends thought I could do anything.
I missed my unit, my family.
Playing with my daughter, I felt like a stranger.
I was overwhelmed.
I couldn't sleep.
I just wanted to be by myself.
I didn't have a clear sense of what to do next.
I was too proud. And then I thought, if I'm going through this, other veterans have gone through it too, right?
I started to open up.
And it made a huge difference.
So I reached out and I saw that I wasn't alone.
Because before I was able to take on my next mission, I had to take on just taking care of myself.
To find
Purpose. Go to maketheconnection.net to learn how other veterans have overcome the challenges of transitioning out of the military. Oh!
There's the new Fun Zone relocated to the right field corner here at Four Winds Field as part of Phase 1 of the $48 million renovation project. Stu's out there. He's happy, as usual. And again, the Fun Zone right next door to the First Source Bank Performance Center. And you can enjoy that all summer long. Cubs will have 4, 5, and 6 due in their order, starting with the catcher Ariel Armas. Armas in 2 games has won for his first 7 this season. First pitch from Hansel Rincon is a change in for a strike. Hansel Rincon, Tyler, is not going to overpower you. It is a strict diet of a lot of changeups, a lot of movement, a lot of cutters. Very few four-seam fastballs from this guy as the 0-1 coming. How do you hit it?
Not when he locates like that pitch right there to make it 0-2. Slider down and away to the righty. Difficult. You got to attack the mistakes, and keep it simple if you're South Bend. You can't go up there trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark on a night like this. Work your walks when they're out there. See if you can leg out an infield single or two. Do the little things well.
It's one thing Rincon did well last year. Did not walk many as he misses outside with another breaking ball. Chiefs nothing, Cubs nothing. Tyler Schlafer with back-to-back perfect innings to open his 2025 debut. And here comes the 1-2 to Armas. Swing and a miss. He got him. Hansel Rincon, since Christian Hernandez popped out to begin the bottom of the first inning, has punched out 3 consecutive Cubs.
It's breaking balls on all 3 of them. That time the slider again. Armas couldn't lay off. So difficult, too, when you put that fastball over the plate a couple times. Then you drop it down, pulling that string, and Rincon and Schlafer, boy, both seem to be on their games early. 10 up, 10 down combined.
Now it's one of the only lefties in the Cubs order, Edgar Alvarez. Edgar was with South Bend for a good stretch last year after being drafted out of Nichols State. He'll spin on one low for ball 1. Edgar still looking for his first hit of the campaign. 0 for his first 7 in a couple games. Here's the pitch. He'll look at a strike. I'll tell you, though, the first South Bend Cubs batting practice session on the field, which was last Thursday before we left for Beloit, there was no more impressive Cub on the cuts than Edgar Alvarez. Hit the ball hard, slapped the ball the other way. 1-1. Is a bottom of the zone strike call. 1-2.
And he finished last year so well here in South Bend. 5-game hit streak, 10-game on-base streak to end the season. He debuted here with back-to-back 2-hit games, so he's made an impact, no doubt about it. And when you have that type of momentum, you want to start strong in 2025.
Here's Rincon readying for the 1-2, and Alvarez will look at a changeup low and away. Rincon trying to get him to chase, and it's 2-2. Edgar's got the blue batting gloves on each hand, long sleeve blue undershirt, all kinds of blue accessories. Here comes the 2-2, and it's fouled back. The Cubs sporting here at home, the home whites with the blue pinstripes all over, blue numbers and names on the back trimmed in red, blue belts, socks, helmets, hats, and Edgar Alvarez is rocking a fresh pair of white cleats here in the month of April. The 2-2, scooped in the air towards left center, playable. Petrutz is moving over towards the left center field gap, where he'll squeeze with the glove in the right hand, and that's the second out of the second inning.
And not a bad swing there from Alvarez trying to dig out that breaking ball, but again, it's down, it's below the zone from Rincon. He continues to locate well and finally gets his defense involved again. It'd been a little while with the 3 straight Ks.
Still looking for the first base runner of the game. Brian Calmer will bat. Calmer's lone hit over the weekend in Beloit was an RBI double. And Calmer swings and pops it foul out of play. That might be the first foul ball the new second deck got. Of course, the original roof here at Four Winds Field, I can only imagine how many baseballs got trapped under that green and red lettering. 0-1. Calmer lays off a pitch high and inside. Yeah, I'll tell you, the construction workers every day might be going home with some souvenirs.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what kind of Easter egg you can dig up. Maybe start a little friendly competition. Who can find the most baseballs out there?
Could be. Now the 1-1 is a slider poked up the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Brian Calmer's going to make the turn at first and stop there. Just a little jam shot that Calmer was able to turn around and smack for a base hit. Second knock of the season for Brian Calmer. It comes with 2 down in the second.
Breaking ball down, looked like out of the zone, as you said, and he kept the head position right on that ball, tracked it, and found a way to dig it out, hook it over third base down that left field line. Thought about second, but no need too early on. See what Ivan Bredauer, man, with a lot of pop at 6'6", can do in his Four Winds debut.
Yeah, and what a day he had on Sunday against Beloit. On base all 4 times, 2 base hits, 2 walks. Here's Bredauer against Rincon, ball 1 high. Brian Calmer singling, and he'll take his lead at first base, being held by Peoria first baseman Braden Jobert. And the first time Hansel Rincon has to work from the stretch. He deals. Bredauer fouls it right back to the screen. One thing that's new here at Four Winds Field as well is the netting in the screen, stretching all the way down each respective foul line. But the best part, we can barely notice it. When you're talking from a broadcasting perspective, you know, there are some places where the netting is super thick and it's tough to see through. Not here. 1-1. Brettauer swings and misses. He got a hittable breaking ball up in the zone.
Yeah, Rincon put it on a tee for him. That could be a pitch that maybe a few weeks from now when Brettauer settles into his groove for the season is going off the Tiki Hut.
Well, there's going to be at least one this year that Brettauer will send to the Tiki Hut. 2 strikes, and he'll take this one high. Well, you talked about it last inning. The Cubs, if they're going to have success today, they've got to capitalize on the mistakes, if any, that are thrown by Hansel Rincon. He did not make a lot last year. His career high of 7 innings was against South Bend last July. Calmer's at first, and the 2-2 inside on Brettauer. It's gone full on the Cubs right fielder. Reginald Preciado on deck if we get that far. Scoreless game, 2nd inning. Tyler Schlafer has worked back-to-back scoreless and perfect frames. Rincon trying to match him at least with another 0. In his 2025 debut, tall right-hander kicks. There goes Calmer, and the pitch is inside for ball 4. Calmer taking off with the 3-2. Didn't matter. Brettauer takes the walk. And a great time to remind you that all Cubs walks are presented by Zolman's and Monteith, Best One Tire and Auto Care. They're proud partners of Best One. Visit bestonetire.com to find a location near you. Best One, where the best costs less. Well, here's the chance now for the Cubs' first lead of the season. Dropped 3 in a row on the road in Beloit. And this is a 2-out rally chance for Reginald Preciado. It is Reggie's first at-bat here at Four Winds Field. And he faces Rincon. Here we go. Preciado pulls one sharply foul past Nick Lavello at third. Nick Lavello, as always, coaching third base. And South Bend's new first base coach is the new bench coach, Daniel Wassinger. Brettauer at first. Calmer's at second. Forced at any bag except the plate. And the 0-1 from Rincon. Swing and a miss. By the way, Ivan Brettauer has now been on base in 5 straight plate appearances.
A chance here for the Cubs to get a big knock in runners in scoring position spot. 6 for 36 over the weekend. That's an area they want to improve.
Rincon checks second and deals the 0-2. Preciado strikes out swinging. Breaking ball towards the outer half got him. And the Cubs leave a pair on here in the second. We will go to the third. Scoreless, Cubs and the Chiefs on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
60 years ago, the Palm Sunday tornadoes destroyed our area with 137 people dead. This Friday, WSBT 22 News takes a look back at that terrible day with a special newscast. We're talking with survivors and examining what has changed with weather forecasting and warning systems in the last 60 years. Watch the Palm Sunday Tornado Special Newscast Friday at 5:30 on WSBT 22 News.
Hi, this is Kelsey Grammer. When military service members head into battle, none are expected to face the enemy alone, but many return home and become isolated as they struggle with the visible and invisible wounds of war. It can be difficult knowing how to overcome that challenge and rekindle bonds similar to those formed in the military. Wounded Warrior Project supports these injured veterans through their recoveries by connecting them with fellow warriors and their communities. No one should fight this battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
A vehicle is stolen once every 40 seconds in the United States. The cost adds up to over $6 billion a year. But there are steps you can take to help put the brakes on vehicle theft. Roll up the windows completely. Don't leave valuables in the car. Take the keys or the fob with you. Lock the doors. If you have information on vehicle theft, contact the NICB. Reach us at 1-800-TEL-NICB or visit www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
South Bend Cubs baseball is presented by Pegs, located in the heart of downtown South Bend on Michigan Street. You can eat your meals where the South Bend Cubs do and see their menu at pegsouthbend.com. Tyler Schlafer has gone 6 up, 6 down through 2 perfect innings. We'll start Trey Page, the third baseman for Peoria, with the ball inside. Page, Curiali, Richardson for the Chiefs, sporting their red tops, gray bottoms. Schlafer's next deal is a changeup outside. Tyler Schlafer, strong right-hander from the Chicago suburbs. 9th round pick of Chicago back in 2019. Taken outside. Could you imagine being in high school in the city where you're drafted from, taken by your hometown team and going to math class the next day?
That's pretty cool.
That was Tyler Schlafer at one point at Homewood Flossmoor High School. 3-0. And he just walked Trey Page on 4 pitches. First time today we've seen Schlafer struggle with the strike zone. 4 consecutive balls to Trey Page. And the leadoff man is aboard for Peoria.
Yeah, I mean, that was his first 3-ball count of the ball game. He's not messed around in the early going, pumping the strike zone, letting the ball go into play, using his defense. But now leadoff man on for Peoria, and he's got to face Curiali, the only man with a home run this year for the Chiefs.
Trey Page has got a pretty good lead at first, not running, and Michael Curiali will check his swing. It's a strike anyway. As you said, Curiali's got the only bomb for Peoria this year. Saw him last year with Peoria. Page leads at first. Schlafer checks and fires. Ground ball towards third. Could be a double play. Backhanded it short by Hernandez. Only play to first. Not in time. Now a throw from Calmer to second base is going to be late as well. That ball actually ended up being in the hole between Preciado and Hernandez. Reggie gave a diving effort at it, his hands pointing at second base, and then Hernandez with the sure-handed backup, but then all Christian could do was backhand it, and I'll tell you what, he got a lot on the throw to first base. Not an easy play. However, it will be an infield single for Michael Curiali. First 2 are aboard for Peoria. And now the corner infielders for the Cubs will come in against Trey Richardson. Could he be bunting in this spot? Scoreless game. Richardson not showing, looking at a strike. First hit of the game for Peoria.
And they had struggles with runners in scoring position 2 over the weekend. 7 for 45, 2 for 20 on Sunday in a 12-inning game.
Yeah, that was a wild one. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt. They had to use John Frank Salazar, a position player on the mound in that 12-inning affair.
2 position players pitched.
Yeah.
One of them got the loss.
Yeah, that was a wild one. Trey Richardson 0 for his first 7 on the year. He'll wait and look at this one high, 2-1. Well, Tyler Schlafer trying to get that same mojo back that he had in the first couple innings. He has struggled with command here in the third. Two balls and a strike. Schlafer brings it, and that's right down the middle for a called strike, 2-2. Edgar Alvarez in left, shifted over towards the gap in left center. A lot of room up the left field line if Richardson can pull one as he calls time. Trey Richardson is a speedy man. Good contact ability. He's got the dreadlock look flowing out the back of his red helmet. And a lot of guys going to the ski mask accessory today to keep the face warm. Don't blame them. Schlafer readies for the 2-2. And Richardson sends it in the right. That's going to be a base hit, falling in front of Bredauer. Rounding third and coming home is Trey Page. Throw there is not going to be in time. Also hustling up to third is Michael Curiali. 3 consecutive base runners for the Chiefs, and Peoria opens the scoring. It's 1-0, and there's still nobody out.
Good piece of hitting right there by Richardson. Just went up and met that pitch near the top of the zone. Kept the stroke pretty short. Served it out into right field. Pretty aggressive send there from the manager, Roberto Espinoza, with nobody out on Bredauer, but the throw was pretty far and well up the third base line, so Page came comfortably home. And, well, like you said, the damage not done, still men on the corners.
And now a mound visit. George Thanopoulos is going to go out there. George, South Bend's new pitching coach. Thanopoulos, no stranger to South Bend, though. He was an assistant coach back in 2021 on Michael Ryan's staff. And George also no stranger to Tyler Schlafer. Thanopoulos was with Low A Myrtle Beach last year, working with Schlafer when he came back. And he talked about Schlafer's big numbers at Myrtle Beach. It was George Thanopoulos who oversaw him. Well, still nobody out. The Cubs are in a spot here with men at the corners. And I'm sure South Bend would be more than happy to exchange a run for 2 outs if they can turn a double play. But a run is in for Peoria, opening the scoring in this series. The Cubs have now trailed first in every game this season. Let's see if Richardson runs. There he goes. First pitch is scooped in the air by Miguel Villarroel. Out towards right. Richardson's going to have to turn around and back away back to first. Catch is made by Brennauer. Tagging from third and coming home is the runner Curielli, and he's out! Ivan Brennauer. If at first you don't succeed, try again. He gets Michael Curielli after Trey Page scored last time. That saves a run.
Can't test that man twice. He had it lined up, ready to go from right, and boy, that ball soared in there to the plate. Armas was positioned perfectly right in front of the plate, and just in the nick of time, he turned to the third base side and tagged out Curielli, trying to score, laying it nice and easy on that right hip to keep it 1-0.
Score that 9-2. And now, just like that, there's 2 down. And Schlafer picks off Richardson. Tyler Schlafer fired it over the Comer, and BK slapped the tag on Richardson. Well, the Cubs limit the damage. Peoria gets 1, but some great defense ends the top of the third. 1-0 Chiefs on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
Imagine being fired because of who you love. Imagine being denied medical treatment because of who you marry. Imagine being evicted because of who you are. Millions of Americans don't have to imagine this. They have to live it. Because in 31 states, it's legal to discriminate against LGBT people. Get the facts at beyondido.org. Brought to you by the Gill Foundation and the Ad Council.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
Oh! With Tyler Reedy, I'm Brendan King. We go to the bottom of the third inning. By the way, you can visit the First Source Bank Performance Center and take a few swings in the same batting cages used by your South Bend Cubs. And for more information on clinics, camps, and more, visit FirstSourceBankPerformanceCenter.com. Rayvaj Garcia starts the bottom of the third and swings and misses versus Hansel Rincon. I'll tell you what, Tyler, some great defense by the Cubs. Ivan Brennauer throwing out Michael Curielli at the plate, and then Tyler Schlafer picking off Trey Richardson at first base. Remember, as here's the 0-1. Popped away foul to the left. The Chiefs had their first 3 on in the inning with nobody out. They had runners at the corners and 0 people out. So if the Cubs can get this run back quickly against Hansel Rincon, that could be looked at later as a game-changing moment. But the 0-2 is a big bouncer, hit slowly up the first base side, going foul. Great move by Tyler Schlafer.
Yeah, and I'll add there, too. Only a 12-pitch third inning for him. So, yeah, he gave up the run, and there were a handful of base runners on for Peoria. But, I mean, they still weren't very long plate appearances for him. He's still at 30 pitches through 3 innings. So, yeah, you're down 1-0, but you've got a chance to still go pretty deep into this thing and help out a bullpen that had to go 8 2/3 on Sunday.
I'll tell you what, great mound visit as well by George Sthenopoulos. George went out there and seems like everything else fell into its place. 0-2. Garcia backs away from an inside fastball. Rayvaj Garcia, 3 for 8 in 2 games. He is a do-it-all guy in the org. Played last year with South Bend, Tennessee, and Iowa. Getting a chance at AAA. Fouled away again on the 1-2. South Bend did get a rally chance with 2 down last inning against Rincon. Calmer singled, Brennauer walked. but South Bend could not push across a run. The 1-2. Garcia spoils another. Ravage is wearing the pants up around the knees, showing off a Cubs-style pair of blue socks on. And Rincon readies and fires. Garcia pulls one to right on a line drive. That's going to be caught right around the ankles by right fielder Joshua Baez. Baez started actually in what is a very last remaining sliver of sun there in right field. He actually picked probably the worst spot to set up. There's just a sliver, one little piece of sunshine in right. There's still a bunch of it out in center. But Baez started in the sun. He had to roll into the shade to make that catch. Garcia hit it hard, but it's going to be a loud out to begin the third inning. And now Christian Hernandez lays off a fastball low. So first time through the order for the Cubs, they manage a base hit and a walk against Rincon. And they trail 1-0 here in the third. Hernandez waits, Rincon readies, and Hernandez taps it foul at the dish. Coming into today, Christian Hernandez, one of just 4 players in the Midwest League with 5 hits or more early in the season.
Tied for the league lead with that exact same number in stolen bases. 4 of them in one game on Saturday.
That was something. The 1-1 is a slider driven out towards left field. But Trutz is back towards the wall. It's over his head. Christian Hernandez burns the left fielder, and he's going to settle into second with his 6th base hit on the campaign. That ties for the league lead, and it's a double. The Cubs have the tying run in scoring position.
And an Ironworkers local 292 double for Christian Hernandez was, again, one of those hanging sliders out over the outer third of the plate, elevated. Didn't get all of it down toward the end of the bat, but he's a strong man. It still carried out there and bounced on a hop off the bottom of the left field wall, and now a man in scoring position for the best part of the order.
And let's see if Andy Garriola can drive him in. Andy's in search of his first base hit. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Garriola 0 for his first 10. Again, he was facing a little bit of an injury coming back out of spring training. So still getting back into the shift of things. 1-0. Hernandez at second, and the pitch is dribbled foul past Nick Lovello at third. Chilly night. The wind is now just barely breezing in from center. We saw it blowing out quite a bit towards right during batting practice, but that has turned around just a tad. Not enough to knock down a baseball. I mean, heck, Christian Hernandez it went off the wall and left. And they got him picked off. Hernandez running towards third, and he's going to be out. Christian Hernandez trying to get the leg up on Hansel Rincon, and Rincon picks him off. It was a good move. Rincon lifted his left leg and then turned around. By that time, Hernandez was taking off towards third and on an island by himself.
And Rincon did not panic there. Made the right play, waited till Hernandez was about halfway between the bags, and then set up his defense to retire him.
Score that 1-5, and Garriola now looks at a strike. So that's a rally killer. Here's the windup in the pitch to Garriola. Outside and high. Rincon wheels again, and Garriola takes this one low. It is a full count on Andy Garriola. White batting gloves on each hand for the big righty. Rincon fires. Garriola pops it up. First base side, foul ground. Jobert, Campos there. Campos runs into the Cubs barricade of their dugout. He's all right. And Garriola will see at least one more pitch. 1-0 game. Chiefs on top of the Cubs. South Bend got the double from Hernandez a moment ago. And then Christian taking off towards third. Rincon stepped off the rubber and picked him off. Another payoff is going to be on the way to Garriola right here. Rincon, the slow motion, and the pitch is popped back towards us. Foul. Bottom three. Chiefs up by a tally. Both teams with 2 hits. And another payoff. Garriola looks at ball 4. Great plate appearance by Andy Garriola. He forced Rincon to work. He fouled off a couple tough pitches. And that continues the inning. It's another walk brought to you by Best One Tire and Auto Care.
And an 8-pitch plate appearance to earn the walk there for Garriola. Shame that it came with the bases empty and 2 down, but hey, don't count out Rafael Morel right here.
Let's see if Morel can continue the inning. He had a base hit on Sunday against Beloit. Great game that Sunday for him. Swing and a miss. Andy Garriola can run for a man of his size as well. Those long legs, they can really gallop. We'll see if he tries to be aggressive. 0-1. Morel pulls one sharply past Nick Lavello at third. Nick getting out of the way of that one.
Watch your lips.
5D's a dodgeball, Tyler. Familiar with that one?
Not quite. I'll check up.
You never seen the movie Dodgeball?
I don't think I've watched it in full. I might have seen a clip here and there.
That is a tough start to our friendship in the booth.
I got my first BK homework assignment.
Well, Dodgeball's a good movie, so should be considered homework. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Morel strikes out on another changeup. Cubs get a couple base runners in the inning, but cannot push one across. It remains 1-0 Chiefs heading to the 4th inning. Tyler Reedy will have the call of the middle frames next on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, does Toyota Tundra have heart-pounding horsepower? Truck yeah. Is Tacoma style for the wild and as rugged as it comes? Truck yeah. And the 4Runner, tough as nails, ready for any trail? Truck yeah it is. Find your Toyota truck at Toyota.com. Put adventure in gear and floor it. Toyota, let's go places.
Discover the value of restoration with Fibrenew of Michiana. Whether it's leather, plastic, or vinyl, their experts breathe new life into your cherished home furniture, vehicle, and boat interior, or your business furnishings. Don't replace it, restore it. Contact Fibrenew for a quote today. And for a limited time, save money on your minimum service by using Fibrenew's Big Deal gift certificates. Act now to see the transformation. Experience the difference with Fibrenew of Michiana, where quality meets value.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning. When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Welcome back to Four Winds Field in downtown South Bend, the 2025 home opener for the Cubs. Tyler Reedy, Brendan King, pleased to be with you. BK, start of the game we expected low scoring. Tyler Schlafer's pitching pretty well.
Yeah, Tyler Schlafer, impressive to get out of that jam last inning and limit it to just a run. I mean, the Cubs are very much in this game, but would love to see Tyler Schlafer get back to the work he did in those first couple innings, commanding the zone with first pitch strikes. He just did that right here to open against Patriots.
So looking strike as we start off the top of the 4th. 1-0 Peoria. And now 0-2. A breaking ball dropped in there. The Chiefs got on the scoreboard in the top of the 3rd with an RBI single by Trey Richardson. However, the Cubs ended that half inning with an outfield assist on a potential sac fly by Ivan Bredauer in right. And then the pickoff play for the 3rd out. 0-2 count, long set here. And the pitch from Schlafer. Cut on and missed. A big wave over the top on that diving curveball for strike 3. It's a 3-pitch punch out of Patriots.
Great start to the inning. I mean, that's the knuckle curve that Tyler Schlafer has really been working on the last couple years. And it is developed into a reliable pitch. He's got 2 variations of that breaking ball, the horizontal slider, and then the 12-6 movement on that knuckle curve. That's nasty.
That's punch out number 3 today for Schlafer. So he brings in the first pitch, a fastball down and into first baseman Braden Jobert. He grounded out to second, wrapping up the top of the first. One out, bottom of the zone. Fastball at 90, and the count levels 1-1. Braden Jobert out of Slidell, Louisiana. He'll play right field, first base, and third base. It's the first time he started here in Peoria. Schlafer fires off the plate, and it's a 2-1 count. He was drafted in the 12th round of the 2023 draft by St. Louis out of LSU, which won the Men's College World Series in Omaha in his final collegiate season in 2023. That was the Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruz team. A lot of talent. Jobert, of course, included. And Schlafer steps off the mound for a second.
Yeah, automatic ball. It's just been put up. 3-1. So pitch clock violation here.
Now he's ready with one out and the base is empty. 3-1 pitch. Bottom of the zone again. The count goes full with Joshua Baez, the right fielder, on deck. Schlafer still with a sub-40 pitch count. He's been efficient early despite allowing the run. Here's his 3-2 pitch. Just above the zone with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It's his second walk, and Jobert is on for the first time tonight. So a one-out base runner for Peoria. And now the right fielder, Joshua Baez, who was Schlafer's second strikeout victim in the top of the second, digs in. First pitch, ground ball, could be two. The shortstop Hernandez flips to Garcia, one. The turn, double play. And it gets the Cubs out of the top of the fourth. Schlafer working efficiently again with the twin killing. 1-0 Peoria to the bottom of the fourth on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
Hey fans, catch the excitement of minor league baseball with the Bally Sports Live app. Watch your favorite team or scout the top prospects. Every game live all season long. Strike three! You're out! Plus, stream the Savannah Bananas and emerging fight sports to keep the action going. Best of all, it's totally free. No credit card required. Download the Bally Sports Live app today on your phone or connected device.
Here's Comedians and Sketchers Getting Comfortable, presented by Hands-Free Skechers Slip-In.
Hey, I'm Bobby Slayton, and I'm here with my pal, comedian, and Skechers ambassador, Mr. Howie Mandel.
Why did it take so long to invent something as amazing as slip-ins? And I know it seems simple, but it took Skechers to invent a better pair of shoes.
Yep, with Skechers slip-ins, you just step it and go. You don't have to touch your shoes. And by the way, slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids. In all your favorite Skechers styles, find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppable, you just toss, wash, wow, for all day freshness.
Join us at Four Winds Field on Sunday, April 27th at 2:05 p.m. as we celebrate All-American Girls Professional Baseball Day. The South Bend Cubs will wear special jerseys that honor the South Bend Blue Sox, and the first 1,000 fans through the gates will receive a bobblehead of South Bend Cubs' new mascot, Ivy. For tickets, visit southbendcubs.com. First pitch to catcher Ariel Armas is off the plate for a ball. 1-0 Peoria. Bottom of the fourth inning, the South Bend Cubs 2025 home opener. Armas 0 for 1 with a strikeout. As he lofts the 1-0 pitch down the right side, behind first base and into foul territory goes Jobert, and he'll make the one-handed catch for a 2-pitch first out. Hansel Rincon, BK, continuing to pitch well, putting up zeros now through 3 1/3.
We've seen it a lot, and a lot of teams in this league have seen it a bunch as well. I mean, Hansel Rincon had a fabulous 2024. I am a little surprised he is in Peoria to start the year. Now, still relatively young, but anybody that can pitch a full season, 132 innings, and have an ERA under 4, that's impressive.
His first pitch to Edgar Alvarez is a looping breaking ball that misses high. Alvarez, a fly-out victim to left field in the second. As Rincon works quickly into his 1-0 pitch. And it's sliced away, foul to the netting. 1-1 count. It's on the South Bend left fielder. Cubs had their first 2 base runners in the second inning on a Calmer single and a Brennauer walk. Then 2 more in the third on Hernandez double and Garriola's walk, but nothing came from it. So still 1-0 as the 1-1 is cut on and missed. Slider down and in ties up Alvarez, and it's a 1-2 count. Edgar Alvarez steps out of the left-handed batter's box for a few seconds. And now is back and ready to go. Rincon brings home the 1-2 pitch. Eyeing his 6th strikeout. Instead, it's fouled away again by Alvarez. Right-hander holds the glove just above the right hip, brings home another 1-2. Fouled off one more time, this time straight to the backstop. Edgar Alvarez holding his own here in his second trip to the dish. Out of Orlando, Florida, and Nicholls State University. Spent the final month of last year in South Bend. Here's another 1-2. It's downstairs. 86-mile-an-hour offering. That makes it 2-2. Alvarez, a monster spring a year ago at Nicholls. As he readies for a 2-2. And watches it come inside waist high. Full count. He set single-season program records in runs scored, RBI, and total bases in 2024 before becoming an 8th-round draft choice of the Chicago Cubs. 3-2 pitch. Check swing, appeal to first, and he went. Connor Crowell, the field umpire, makes the call, and Hansel Rincon has his 6th strikeout for out number 2 in the 4th. So 2 down, base is empty. And Brian Calmer, the first baseman, digging back in after singling in the second for South Bend's first hit. First pitch to him is popped away, foul to the first base side. That'll reach the soon-to-be second deck. 1-0 Peoria. Both teams have a pair of hits as we're into the bottom of the 4th inning in the 2025 Cubbies home opener. A 1 to Calmer on the step kick and deal. Just off the plate, near the outer black, 1-1. Action in the Peoria bullpen right now. The Chiefs have up right-hander Jaume Ramirez. 1-1 pitch, bounces in. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, and this is where minor league baseball might, confuse some folks. Hansel Rincon's having an excellent start. It's the 4th inning. It's throwing a shutout. Early in the year, though, pitch counts, pitch limits are serious business, and once a guy hits it, he's out.
2-1 pitch, hanging breaking ball, yanked foul down the third base side. Still 2-2, and in fact, the man warming up, Ramirez, will scoop it. Some PFP practice before he potentially enters later on. As at the plate, Calmer's in a 2-2 spot with 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 4th. Here's the offering. It's hit high in the air, deep left field. Petrutz goes back a few steps, edge of the warning track. He'll make the catch above the brim of his hat. South Bend goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. It's still 1-0 Peoria. On to the 5th. Sports Radio WSBT in Miami, Michiana.
Okay, team, we gotta try something new. Something big. Something like the new Mega Millions. With automatic multipliers on every play. Non-jackpot prizes start at $10 and go up to 10 million.
Coach, what about the game?
This is the game. Now get out there and try for a win!
Every play is automatically more mega with the new Mega Millions from the Hoosier Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Pain or no pain, your wisdom teeth should be checked every year. Some wisdom teeth can become impacted, which can lead to cysts, tooth decay, and gum disease. Wisdom teeth can cause crowding, painfully damaging adjacent teeth. Not all wisdom teeth need to be removed, but they all do need to be monitored by an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. Find a surgeon near you for a complete examination at myoms.org.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
Top of the fifth inning as we welcome you back to the Pello Windows Indoors broadcast studio at Four Winds Field. 1-0 Peoria Chiefs leading in the 2025 South Bend Cubs home opener. Zach Levinson, Ryan Campos, and Trey Page will hit in the top of the fifth for the visitors against Tyler Schlafer, who's dealt 4 innings of one-run baseball. He's been very good in his maiden voyage of 2025. The only issue, the man on the other side, Hansel Rincon's been just a bit better. First pitch to Levinson is popped up. Right side beyond the infield. Back goes Calmer from first. He'll drift across the foul line and make the left-handed catch. Another first pitch out for Tyler Schlafer.
Now batting the Chiefs catcher, number 55, Ryan Campos.
And now the backstop, Ryan Campos, who flied out to left field as the final man to hit in the top of the second. Tyler Schlafer now 4 innings and a third, only 40 pitches, 25 strikes. As he settles into his first offering and drops a breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. Schlafer faring much better tonight than he did in his 2 starts last year against Peoria, as he gets another swing and miss on the breaking ball, diving down 0-2 against Campos. 3 strikeouts tonight for Tyler. Schlafer watches Campos take a moment to adjust the batting gloves, and then he steps back in ready to go. 0-2 pitch. Fastball in there for strike 3 called. A 4th strikeout for Tyler Schlafer. He makes no mistake, needing only 3 pitches. And now 3 of those 4 strikeouts tonight have come on just 3 offerings. We'll move on to face the third baseman, Trey Page. Who lines one on the first pitch over the third baseman, Preciado down the line. It skips on the dirt. Alvarez handles the hop, heading for second base, Page, and the throw is just a little bit late. So it's a hustle double on a slicer down the left field opposite way line for Page, and he's in scoring position on base now for the second time tonight.
Now batting number 5.
It's good awareness on his part to see that Alvarez needed to take a little bit more time on that ball as it was bouncing up and down and perhaps changing direction just a bit, transferring over from the outfield grass to the warning track dirt. Page grabs the extra bag, and he's at second with 2 outs for Michael Curiali. First pitch. Breaking ball, strike 1 at 83 miles an hour. 1-0 Chiefs, top of the 5th inning. 2025 South Bend Cubs home opener. Both of these teams trying to win their first ball game of the year. Coming in at 0-3 after the season's first weekend. 0-1 pitch, rides inside and nearly makes contact with the right-handed hitting Curiali, but it's 1-1. Curiali helped bring home that first Peoria run and only run in the top of the 3rd, singling to put runners on the corners with nobody out. Here's the 1-1. A breaker just misses the inside corner on the front door. And it's now 2-1. Page at second on a 2-out double. Curiali the hitter in a 1-0 Peoria ball game. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Schlafer. It's in there. Count levels, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schlafer holding the baseball behind the back of his belts and now settling into the 2-2 pitch. On the way, And cut on and missed for strike three. A fastball by him at 90 miles an hour. Schlafer with 2 strikeouts in the inning, and he navigates around the 2-out Page double. On to the bottom of the 5th, still 1-0 Peoria on Sports Radio WSBT, my Michiana.
Cub fans, it takes a team of the most dedicated, talented individuals to win a championship. And it also takes a similar team to get you fully recovered from your health challenges and on your way home. Briarcliff is South Bend's newest community. From long-term care to short-term rehab to complex clinical support, Briarcliff has all the bases covered. Take a tour of their all-private suite facility or visit BriarcliffSouthBend.com. Let Briarcliff make your recovery a home run.
Would you like to have a lasting, life-changing impact on your family and the world? Host a foreign exchange student through ICES.
It was great. It was enriching and fun and rewarding. So we did it again and again and again. We've hosted 6 now.
Families simply provide room and board. The students cover their personal expenses.
I am so glad we did it.
Call ICES for more information at 1-800-344-3566 or visit ICESUSA.org.
Has your child swallowed your medicine, your laundry detergent, your nail polish remover? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you inhaled paint thinner, glue, pesticides? Call the Poison Helpline. Have a question about a dose, a fume, something your kid just drank? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and it's a call to the bullpen for Peoria. All call to the bullpen presented by Carpenter's Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years, but growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocal413.com. And it's Joelme Ramirez, the right-hander out of the Dominican Republic, dealing a first pitch down for a ball to right fielder Ivan Bradauer. 7, 8, 9 in the South Bend order due up, with Peoria leading 1-0 halfway home in the home opener. 1-0 pitch. Fastball lifted into foul territory right side. Long run for the first baseman and the right fielder, and a sliding catch on the warning track by the right fielder Joshua Baez. He had a long way to go, but he tracked it down for an impressive first out. He not only had to find that baseball as it was continuously slicing away from him, but he had to monitor the positioning of both the first baseman, Jobert, and the second baseman, Richardson, as they were coming back from the infield. He slid just near that South Bend bullpen mound down the right field side and made the play. So Brett Hour's 0 for 1. And now it's a first pitch ball, fastball low to Reggie Preciado, who struck out swinging to end the second. 2-0 on another fastball in the dirt. So we can close the book on Hansel Rincon. 4 scoreless innings on his part. Struck out 6, walked 2, allowed 2 hits as the 2-0 to Preciado is nubbed foul down the third base side. For Rincon, 69 pitches, 47 of them strikes. Both of these starters tonight have lived in the strike zone as the 2-1 comes home to Preciado. And he takes a little half swing and rolls it foul down the third base side. Foul. 2-2 strikeout. Ramirez is a Rule 5 reliever for Peoria Ed on the mound, acquired in the minor league portion of the draft from the New York Mets. As the 2-2 is fouled away by Preciado, and the count remains the same. Ramirez has been pitching within the professional ranks since 2021. This 2-2 pitch is a breaking ball that bends high for a full count. Bounced around a little bit last year, spent most of the season with the High A Brooklyn Cyclones. Also pitched for St. Lucie and Syracuse within the Mets system. There's another 3-2's fouled away one more time by Preciado, who's putting together an impressive plate appearance his second time up there. Ramirez gunning for what would be his first strikeout. Kicks and deals the 3-2. And Preciado fouls it straight back again. This is an 8-pitch battle here between the South Bend third baseman, the Peoria right-handed reliever. Another 3-2. Caught on and missed. Finally, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball sails right by the barrel of Preciado. He's down swinging for a second time, and now there are 2 down. Base is empty in the bottom of the 5th. On to Rayvaj Garcia, the second baseman. Trying to snap a streak of 6 in a row retired by Peoria pitching. As he loops a breaking ball away, foul to the left side for strike 1. Peoria leads it 1-0. 3 hits for the Chiefs, 2 for the Cubs. Neither team has made an error in the 2025 South Bend home opener. A 1. Cut on and missed. Fastball down in the zone at 93. Got a late swing from Garcia. And now it's an 0-2 count. Rayvaj hit the ball hard his first time up, ending a 7-pitch at bat, but it was a line out to right field. As the 0-2 comes home, and Garcia watches it barrel down low on a breaking ball, 1-2. Garcia, one of the few men you'll see hitting left-handed to start off the season for South Bend. He's a switch hitter from the left side to start the night, facing back-to-back right-handers. The 1-2 is clubbed into shallow right field. It's rising and staying up for the catch by Joshua Baez, who came in into his right. It's another 1-2-3 inning offensively for the Cubs. It remains 1-0 Peoria through 5 on WSBT, Sports Radio WSBT in Michiana.
Thinking about replacing your windows or doors but don't know where to start? Pella South Bend is here to help you from conception to completion. Pella has been serving homeowners for 100 years by providing the highest quality products and attention to detail, all backed by the industry's best warranty. For the month of April, receive 0% financing for 5 years or 55% off qualifying installations. Come see us at our showroom on Grape Road. Give us a call at 574-243-9014 or visit PellaSouthBend.com. Celebrate a century of exceptional craftsmanship with Pella.
When someone hears the words, "You have cancer," it's one of the darkest moments in their life. Light the Night brings light to the darkness of cancer by uniting survivors, patients, and supporters in the cause to end cancer. We form a community of hope, raising funds in support of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. The discoveries made by LLS-supported research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. When we walk, cancer runs. Join the movement to end cancer today. Visit us at lightthenight.org.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Hanna. Since I was a boy, I've been fascinated with animals, especially their tireless work ethic. Just look at birds who gather supplies to build nests, or penguins who travel up to 500 miles to secure food for their families. This work ethic is shared by our best friends, canines who perform life-saving work every day. Dogs comfort returning veterans. They work with diabetics, alerting them when there's a change in their blood chemistry. Working dogs are valuable in many ways. So please join me and American Humane in supporting our heroic working dogs. Go to AmericanHumane.org to learn more.
Top of the 6th inning at Four Winds Field. You can join us here at Four Winds Field on Sunday, April 27th at 2:05 p.m. August 27th. The first country concert held at Four Winds Field since 2018 will be coming up then. Country hitmaker Tyler Hubbard will bring his high energy show. The first pitch to Trey Richardson, the second baseman, is fouled back. He's both one half of Florida Georgia Line and as a solo artist to downtown South Bend. He'll be joined by Drew Baldridge and Colt Ford. For tickets, visit fourwindsfieldsevents.com. Tyler Schlafer back out on the mound for South Bend, bringing the count to 1-1 against Trey Richardson, the second baseman. He's responsible for the only Peoria run, an RBI single opposite way in the third. It's a 1-0 Chief lead in the top of the 6th. Now fastball comes up and in some chin music to make it 2-1. Tyler Ritty, Brendan King, pleased to be with you for the home opener 2025 on a chilly night in northern Indiana. Temperatures in the low 30s now as the 2-1 is cued off foul by Richardson, and it's 2-2. Schlafer aiming to potentially complete a quality start here. He's gone through 5 innings, giving up just 1 run in that top of the 3rd inning. Peoria on the other side has already gone to the bullpen. And the Cubs have action getting going in their pen now. Schlafer brings home the 2-2 pitch. And it's lined towards center field, sinking and down in front of Rafael Morel for a leadoff single. And Trey Richardson, the Chiefs' 9-hole hitter, is 2 for 2.
And what a game for Richardson. I mean, 0 for 7 in 2 games coming into this one. Finding his groove a little bit here in April.
Number 52, Miguel Villarroel.
And now the lineup card flips back over to Villarroel for Peoria. He's 0 for 2. Was robbed of a potential RBI by that outfield assist from Brettauer to end the top of the third. He swings through a breaking ball up for strike 1 from Schlafer. Flied out with a man on third, Curiali. Brettauer came in, made the catch, and fired on a bounce home to Armas, who put the tag down. Perfectly placed ball just to the third base side of home. The 0-1 from Schlafer is in near the front left elbow of Villarroel. Now 1-1 count. Trey Richardson on first. Nobody out, top of the 6th inning. 1-0 lead for Peoria. 1-1 count here to Villarroel. The top of the order. Schlafer has already picked off one. He checks on first again here. And back safely ahead of Calmer's tag is Richardson, who does not have a stolen base attempt this year. And now Schlafer brings home the 1-1. There goes Richardson on cue, and the pitch is lined to center field. Toward the right center gap goes Morel. He'll make the catch, and Richardson can jaw it back to first. As the Cubs retire the first in the top of the 6th inning, 1 down for Ian Petrutz.
It's actually not an easy play for Morel because he was taking off towards shallow center to back up the possible throw with Richardson stealing. Then Morel had to get on his horse and turn back around and grab that in the right center field gap.
And that sets up Petrutz to bat for the 3rd time. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches against Schlafer last time up in the 4th. First pitch to him here. It's a breaking ball that stays down and away for a ball. Tyler Schlafer continues to work for South Bend. He's gone through 5 innings of 1-run ball so far. Now 5 1/3. So he deals the 1-0 and misses downstairs. 2-0 count. Schlafer now at 59 pitches. Very efficient start. He hasn't thrown more than 15 in a frame. This is 2-0 is cued away foul by Petrutz. 2-1 count to the Peoria left fielder. Petrutz out of the University of Alabama. Started his college career at Maryland, spending 2 seasons there. Schlafer's 2-1 to him is cut on and miss. Richardson goes on a delayed steal and is in with the throw, skipping to shallow center field. Richardson has his back to the baseball, so he does not see it and stays at second. It's a strike at the plate. A 2-2 count, but a stolen base, the first of the year for Richardson, who is now in scoring position. Looked like Armas had a chance to potentially gun him down, realizing pretty quickly that the Peoria base runner was taking off late. But the throw short hopped in on the shortstop Hernandez, and they couldn't field it with the ball bouncing just into the center field grass. Now the 2-2 is laced softly left center field, tailing away from Morel, who dives in the left center gap and can't come up with it. It rolls past him toward the warning track. A run scores as Richardson crosses home. It's an RBI double for Ian Petrutz and a 2-0 Peoria lead in the top of the 6th.
That's tough, and really nothing more Rafael Morel could do in terms of effort. And kind of similar to what we were talking about from the last line drive there, after he was coming in to play backup in shallow center on the stolen base attempt, he had to go out to right center to snag it. This time he starts in right center, goes over, makes a diving attempt, and comes up about a foot short.
And so the Chiefs double the lead on Petrutz's double. Now Jobert, the 3-hole hitting first baseman, steps in. First pitch to him is grounded down the first base line and foul. And Calmer goes to pick it up and roll it back over toward his dugout. Jobert stepping in for a 3rd time tonight. He grounded out in the first, walked in the 4th. Tyler Schlafer on the mound for South Bend tries to finish up his outing with the Cubs still within a pair. There's action behind him in the South Bend bullpen. So he brings home the 0-1 pitch. And fires off the plate. 1-1 count against Jobert. One pitch, caught on and missed. Fastball over the outside part of the plate. And a 1-2 count now. Ian Petrutz out at second base with an RBI double. One out top of the sixth inning. 2-0 Peoria with a run home in this half frame. Schlafer in a 1-2 count with Jobert. Trying to punch out his fifth of the evening. Rather his sixth. And before he aims to do so, Armas will jog out halfway to the bump and offer some brief words for his starting pitcher. And is nearing the end of the outing. 65 pitches, 42 strikes for Schlafer. He's allowed 2 runs so far, both of them earned. One in the third, another here in the sixth.
No, and it's tough because he's going to be on the hook for the loss after this inning. But by no means does he deserve to be. He's been great.
Absolutely, as he sets for the 1-2, brings it home and bounces in the dirt. Blocked well by Armas. He squares it up and the ball redirects right out in front of him for a 2-2 count. Now Schlafer set with another offering. 2-2 home, jumping around at second base is Petrutz, and the pitch misses high. Count goes full with the cleanup hitting right fielder Joshua Baez, who hit into a double play his last time up waiting on deck. 2 double plays defensively tonight for the Cubs. It's been a pretty good defensive outing for South Bend in the home opener. Schlafer set now with the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes, and it's off the plate, a fastball at 86. A 6-pitch walk to Jobert, who has walked for a second time tonight, and now 2 aboard with 1 out. And a conference coming on the mound for South Bend.
Yeah, and that's Nick Lavello going to the mound. So this may be it for Tyler Schlafer. And if it is, I mean, again, the fact that he's going to be on the hook for the loss, and Jozan Okendo is going to come in here, but Schlafer pitched very, very well and a great start to 2025, no question. He threw strikes, a couple tough breaks.
So Okendo makes his way out to the mound for South Bend. Schlafer departs to a nice round of applause from the Cub faithful who have stuck around through the cold weather and the darkening dusk skies here at Four Winds Field. He's responsible for both of the base runners on, but as of right now, 5 innings in the third, 2 earned runs allowed, and 5 strikeouts for the first Four Winds Field Cup starting pitcher of 2025. And now it's Jozan Okendo, the right-hander out of Puerto Rico, making his second appearance of the season. It was a clean 1-2-3 6th inning for him in his 2025 debut on Saturday, as it featured a strikeout. Didn't pitch at all last season, but is back in South Bend after briefly appearing there in 2022. What can we expect here, BK, from Okendo tonight?
Strike thrower. I mean, that's what we saw back in Beloit over the weekend, and it was a singular inning. And, you talk about pitch counts and pitch limits being effective and in effect here in April, especially for a guy that has missed an entire season. Okendo, as you said, missed all of 2024 due to injury, but we had him for about a month or 2 to end the 2023 season. He was certainly a quality reliever, and he's going to be a big part of the South Bend Cubs bullpen here this year. So would imagine if he can go get a couple outs right now, you might see that just being it for Okendo, but we'll have to see. He's continuing to get his strength back, his feel back, and especially when it's cold, it's no easy task. So we'll see if he can go do it.
Yeah, I should say it was 2023 when he came through South Bend for the first time and had really good numbers before that injury. A 2.32 ERA in that 2023 season, 54 and a third innings pitched, struck out 70, walked just 40, and he kept the ERA consistent between Myrtle Beach and South Bend, sub-3 in both of those locations. So he'll deal with right fielder Joshua Baez in the cleanup spot with 2 on, 1 out in the top of the 6th. 2-0 lead for Peoria on the road. The Trutz and Jobert, the base runners, on second and first, respectively. Akendo's first pitch is high for ball one. It's called to the bullpen is presented by Carpenter's Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years, but growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocal413.com. Kendo set, glove up near his chin. Right-hander deals the 1-0, and it's fouled straight back by Baez, who struck out in the second inning, going down swinging on 3 pitches against Schlafer, and then he hit into a classic 6-4-3 inning-ending double play in the top of the 4th. Out of the Boston, Massachusetts area, Baez. Ready for Kendo's 1-1, and it's a breaking ball, dotted over the outside corner to make it a 1-2 count. Baez was formerly a top 10 St. Louis Cardinals prospect going to 2022, and he was number 7 in the system. Sees a 1-2 from Akendo, and sees another breaker. Just missed that outside corner at 82. 2-ball, 2-strike count now. Baez, a second-round draft selection by the Cardinals in 2021. Straight out of high school, the Dexter School in Brookline, Mass. Kendo brings home the 2-2, and it's cut on the mist. A 90-mile-an-hour heater off the outside part of the plate. First batter faced, first strikeout for Jazana Kendo, 2 down.
Again, he was really, really good back over the weekend against Beloit. Threw strikes, made it through a singular inning, but he's got a good mix. I mean, he's got the sinker to go along with the 4-seamer plus a slider and a changeup. So 4 pitches out of the bullpen from a high-leverage reliever. It'll keep guys guessing.
Now on to the Hoosier Lottery strikeout man, Levinson, who lost the first pitch into foul territory, third base side. This will get out of play. Just over the Peoria dugout, about 5 rows back. For strike 1 against the Peoria center fielder, Levinson 0 for 2 with a ground out in the second inning, a foul out in the 5th. Again, if Levinson punches out here, one lucky section at today's game will receive a free Cash 5 coupon from the Hoosier Lottery. Kendo dealing with the 28th ranked Cardinals prospect here. Out of the University of Miami in Florida. And he drops a breaking ball in to make it 0-2. 2 runners aboard, 2 outs. Peoria has already scored here in the top of the 6th. It's a 2-0 lead for the visiting Chiefs. Kendo up in the count, 0-2, brings it home. And misses off the plate with that sweeping slider, and it's 1-2. Levinson, a 5th-round draft choice by the Cardinals 2 summers ago. Sees the 1-2 and fouls it straight back over the head of the catcher, Armas. And the count remains the same. Kendo trying to wiggle the Cubs out of what's turned to a lengthy top of the 6th inning with 1 run home for Peoria. 2 on, 2 out, 1-2 count in a 2-0 game. Here's the pitch. It's grounded to the left side. Backing up for the high hop at third, Preciado. Long throw across is off the back, but Calmer handles it perfectly, coming down the first base line to apply the tag on Levinson. And the top of the 6th is in the books. Peoria gets 1, but strands 2, and it's 2-0 Chiefs on Sports Radio WSBT, my Michiana.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members, of their families or their children, asking them to deploy, patrol, stay on watch, on point, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to bring them all the way home, to keep them secure, to have their backs for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs do whatever it takes to help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Find out how you can help at findwwp.org.
Bottom of inning number 6 here at Four Winds Field. T-shirt toss in progress. Fans trying to will their Cubs into this thing with the top of the order due up. Christian Hernandez, Andy Garriola, and Rafael Morel. It's a 2-0 lead for Peoria in the South Bend home opener 2025. A chilly Tuesday night in the 5-7-4, but a nice, lively crowd on hand for a game that's moved along pretty well. Wilme Ramirez back out on mound for Peoria. Deals the first pitch low to Hernandez. Ramirez worked a 1-2-3 fifth inning out of the Chief bullpen. Getting 2 outs in the air and a strikeout. Hernandez doubled to left his last time up. Now the 1-0. Cut on and miss, slider down, and it's 1-1. Hernandez 1 for 2 as the South Bend offense has 2 hits through 5 innings. Now the 1-1 on the way. In on his hands with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Hernandez backs off the plate to take it for a 2-1 count. Hernandez atop the South Bend order once again. He's the 11th ranked Chicago Cubs prospect out of the Dominican Republic. Signed back in January of 2021 to a $3 million international free agent deal as he lifts the 1-2 pitch into shallow left center. This is in no man's land and drops in front of the charging left fielder, Petrotz. Hernandez will try for 2. On his way to second and in time. He just got around the tag. A hustle double, the second 2-bagger of the game for Hernandez. And he's immediately in scoring position with nobody out. You might not have expected it off the bat, but that's an Ironworkers local 292 double for Hernandez as he shot that ball shallow into left center field. It dropped right in front of Petrotz, who then booted it towards center. And the throw beat Hernandez by quite a wide margin, but it was on the wrong side of the second base bag toward third. And so Richardson, the second baseman, had to wrap around with the tag, and a right-handed swim move by Hernandez got him there safely. And now the first pitch to Garriola loops over the head of catcher Campos out the top of his glove. Onto third base goes Hernandez via the wild pitch.
And depending on what happens the rest of the night, Tyler, in the Midwest League, Christian Hernandez might stand alone for the league lead in hits 4 games through.
He's now got 7 of them, including 2 doubles tonight. Counts 1-0 at the plate to Andy Garriola, the designated hitter. Walked on 8 pitches his last time up against the starting pitcher, Ansel Rincon, who went 4 scoreless with 6 strikeouts for Peoria. 1-0 pitch is down, and the count runs to 2-0. 2-0 Peoria, bottom of the 6th inning. South Bend had chances to score in the 2nd and the 3rd with men in scoring position, but couldn't bring one home as this is lined into right center field. It will start the scoring for South Bend. Garriola with an RBI single brings home Hernandez, and it's a 2-1 ball game. The Cubs are on the board for the first time at home.
I'll tell you what, the loyal crowd here at Four Winds Field, they were waiting for the first run. And what a time for Andy Garriola's first hit of the campaign. And it comes with a little shot to right center. I think that's what he did so well last year when he came to the South Bend Cubs. He learned to really push the ball the other way, to pair that with his pull power. And I'll tell you what, Andy Garriola, now that he has, quote-unquote, seen one go in, the rest are probably going to come quickly.
First hit of the season, first RBI of the season for Garriola. And now the Cubs are in business. Still nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. And Peoria leading by a 2-1 score with the meat of the order coming up. Rafael Morel, the center fielder, will bat first. As Ramirez just had a quick chat on the mound with his catcher, Ryan Campos. Morel 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, but that was against an old pitcher. Now on the new one, he takes a first pitch fastball in for a ball. Crowd getting back into it as Morel works with Garriola on first. Here's the 1-0 from Ramirez. It's downstairs, 82-mile-an-hour slider. That brings the count to 2-0. 8 pitches to start the bottom of the 6th inning for Ramirez. Only 2 of them have found the strike zone. 2-0 count here against Morel. 3-hole hitting South Bend center fielder. And the pitch, down and away again, a 3-0 count. We've got the catcher, Ariel Armas, on deck. Ramirez losing his touch for the strike zone here in his second full inning out of the bullpen. There's more action right now currently in the Peoria pen. Another right-hander getting loose. Now the 3-0 pitch. Green light and a pulled ball just foul past the third base bag for Morel. So almost worked out for a potential extra base hit down the left field line, but instead now a 3-1 spot.
Would have been extra bases for sure. I mean, if you're able to sneak one there into the corner of the foul line that sneaks just behind the sidewall, I mean, Garriola easily scores from first, but a couple inches just wide.
Morel can fly too. 2 stolen bases already on the year to showcase that. Ready for a 3-1 now. Instead, first throw to the first base bag where Garriola dives back in safely. He has not attempted a steal yet this year. It's a 3-1 count against Rafael Morel. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Cubs have scored in this frame as it's a 2-1 lead for Peoria. Now the 3-1 pitch. Garriola takes off and Morel shoots it to center field. It's right at Levinson, who barely has to move to make the catch. Scampering back to first, the base runner Garriola. And he's in there on the first out of the half inning. So Morel is 0 for 3. Now on to the catcher, Ariel Armas, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a foul out. And now perhaps a visit coming for Peoria. Indeed, that's the case, says Armas. Dangerous threat at the plate for South Bend. Although he hasn't showcased it just yet today. He's a 5th-round draft selection last season. Now 1 for 9 on the young season, looking for his first RBI of the season. Doesn't have a home run yet in his South Bend career as he played in 12 games here at the end of last season.
That is former South Bend Cub, Angel Gonzalez.
There you go.
With a ball in the Peoria pen. Saw Angel today. Give him a quick high five and a hug. He's doing well.
A lot of connections between Peoria and the Cubs system as well. Of course, the Chiefs being a former Chicago Cub affiliate. Be a big spot for the former Cub right-hander to enter as the first pitch to Armas is in for a strike. 0-1 count with Andy Garriola, the runner on first. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's a 2-1 lead for the Chiefs. South Bend has a run home in this frame as they'll check on Garriola again. He's back in safely. Jumping around a lot off of that first base bag. Armas, the San Diego area product at the plate. Ready for the 0-1. Here it comes. It's down and off the outside corner for a 1-1 spot. 93-mile-an-hour fastball there from Jawilme Ramirez. Garriola, the man at first, is responsible for the South Bend run with an RBI single to right center. Here's the 1-1. It's on the outside corner. Fastball again. This inning started with a double. And a hustle one at that into shallow left center by Christian Hernandez. He then came around to score after advancing to third on a wild pitch. Armas taps the bat on the plate. Swings it a couple times. And now hangs it atop his right shoulder. 1-2 pitch on the way. Jam shot, shallow right field. It'll hang up long enough for the second baseman Richardson to go out and make the catch. He fakes the throw back to first with Garriola returning to the bag. And there are 2 away now in the bottom of the 6th. Ramirez recovering pretty well after things got dicey with a man on and nobody out.
Yeah, I mean, both pitching coaches have made one mound visit, and really after the visit, each pitcher in their own right settled down. I mean, Tyler Schlafer worked those back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, and after 3 consecutive base runners in the third, George Sthenopoulos comes out, and Schlafer gets the help of his defense, sure, but he made quality pitches to keep this thing close.
Ball 1-2, Edgar Alvarez, the left fielder. We saw Andy Garriola record his first hit of the season earlier in this fray. Now can Alvarez do the same? He's 0 for 9. A fly out to left and a strikeout in this one. 1-0 pitch. In there at the bottom of the zone for strike one. Garriola, the runner, over at first. He brought in Christian Hernandez to make it a 2-1 lead for Peoria in the bottom of the 6th inning with an RBI single opposite way. Here comes the 1-1 from Ramirez. It's down and in. Campos coming out of his crouch to field it. Now a 2-1 spot for the Cub left fielder. Alvarez, solid against right-handed pitching last year. Hit .273 with a .740 OPS. He's facing a righty reliever here. Ready for the 2-1. And he takes the breaking ball that bends low for a 3-1 count. Brian Palmer, the first baseman, is on deck. He provided South Bend's first hit of the night in the 2nd inning with a single. Ramirez ready to face Alvarez with the 3-1 pitch. It's on the way. Garriola runs, and he can slow down. It's ball 4. The throw made to second anyway. Would have been a stolen base regardless, but it's a walk for Alvarez to put 2 on with 2 out for Brian Palmer, the first baseman.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for. Garriola and Alvarez able to set the table. Brian Palmer's already got a base hit today. Base hit probably ties the game with the way Garriola can run, but you're about to see a matchup of former teammates here.
It is going to be a move to Angel Gonzalez. He'll finish up his work from the bullpen beyond the third base line in foul territory, receive the signal from field umpire Connor Crowell, and trot back out to that mound he's familiar with. Joelme Ramirez pitched a 1-2-3 5th inning for Peoria in his first frame out of the bullpen, but has run into trouble in the 6th. The leadoff double to shallow left center by Christian Hernandez, then the RBI single from Garriola. He then got back-to-back outs against Morel and Armas to bring it into a calmer 1-on, 2-out situation, but the walk of Edgar Alvarez has put the tying run on second, the go-ahead run at first. And now Angel Gonzalez taking the mound for Peoria. What can we expect from this right-hander, the former South Bend Cub?
A lot of heat. I mean, guy has got as powerful of a fastball as you can imagine, and a wipeout slider to go with it. I guess the only thing that Angel struggled with in South Bend was just the command of both things and putting it all together into one solidified attack, I guess, of an arsenal. But here's what I'll say. When he was on, he was on. But there were struggles. But I will also say this. As nice and quality of a human being that has passed through the Four Winds field, he is an amazing person and was always great to the fans. He signed every single autograph there was to be had. And good to see him back, and hopefully he thrives in this new organization, just not tonight.
Made 49 total appearances with South Bend across the 23 and 24 seasons. His ERA 8.22 during his time here, and like you said, command the factor. Walks were the main issue when he gave up runs. 59 walks, 77 strikeouts, and 61 innings and a third here in South Bend. He's made one appearance so far this season. Was a scoreless inning over the weekend in that 3-game series sweep loss to Quad Cities for Peoria. He struck out 2 in a scoreless frame, walking 1. He's going to face Brian Palmer, the first baseman, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Garriola at second, Alvarez at first. 2 outs, 2 on, 2-1 Peoria, bottom of the 6th. Here's the first pitch, and Palmer shoots it well, deep to right field. On the run, Baez toward the warning track. He can't make the play. It's off the base of the wall. Around third and scoring, Garriola. Alvarez waved around. The relay throw goes to third and bounces into foul territory. It's a 2-run go-ahead triple for Brian Palmer. 3-2 South Bend. And a rude greeting for his former teammate, Angel Gonzalez. South Bend noses in front on the Calmer triple. And now still 2 outs and a potential run 90 feet away for Ivan Bredauer, the right fielder. First pitch on the way and in for a strike. How about that moment, BK?
Heck of a way to take your first lead of the season. Great call, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, now you got Angel on the ropes. You got to make him pay here. You got to score Calmer.
1-0 pitch. Hit softly. Swinging bunt down the third base line. Can Bredauer leg it out at 6'6"? He can, and it brings home a run. The third baseman, Page, couldn't get the throw off in time. Calmer scores. It's a 3-run. Make it a 4-run 6th inning for South Bend, and the lead expands to 2.
And you will take them any way they come for Ivan Bredauer. Looks as good as something that's into the outfield for a single. And again, when you got a guy on the ropes, you got to be sure to score that run from third, and they do.
That was a 60-footer down the third base line from Bredauer, but he'll take it. And now a 4-2 lead for the Cubs. 2 outs. He's on first. Not taking a big lead at all, but Gonzalez checks on him anyway.
By the way, all Cubs triples brought to you by United Federal Credit Union.
There you go. First pitch, line to right field, slicing toward the corner. And that's in fair territory off the bat of Preciado. Bredauer coming around third. And he is in to score. The ball bounces around on the infield. Throw comes into third, and out there is Preciado. It'll stand as an RBI double to make it a 5-2 lead for South Bend. The inning is over for the moment. It's a 5-run bottom of the 6th for the Cubs. They've got their first lead of the season, and they do it big time to nose out ahead entering the final 3 frames. A 2-run triple for Calmer, an RBI single from Bredauer, and the RBI double from Preciado, all after Garriola's RBI single started the score. And you're listening to Sports Radio WSBT in my Michiana.
Budweiser is proud to join forces with Folds of Honor, providing life-changing scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen or disabled U.S. service members and first responders. Locally, United Beverage Company of South Bend salutes the commitment to those who serve our community and country. Over the last 14 years, Anheuser-Busch and wholesale partners like United Beverage have donated over $28 million, which has contributed to Folds of Honor's delivery of 51,000 scholarships since the nonprofit's founding. To those who have served our country, thank you. This Bud's for you.
If there was ever a time to live united, it is now. Now is the time to speak with one voice, to build up, not tear down. It's time to join hands and live united against the problems that keep our communities from thriving. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you volunteer or donate now at unitedway.org?
I can't believe you found them.
He seems sorry.
We very clearly told him not to look up there.
I'm honestly impressed that he was able to do it.
Right? What did he balance on that big chair?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll just know what his gifts are this year.
I really thought we had hidden them well.
If they can find their presents, they can find a gun.
911, what is your emergency?
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
Welcome back on My Michiana and WSBT Radio. The Cubs with 5 runs in the 6th inning to take their first lead of the season. And Josano Kendo is back out to work on the mound. He will deal a strike to Ryan Campos. Underway in the top of the 7th. Boy, what an inning. What a rally. They do it against an old friend, an Angel Gonzalez. How about Brian Calmer legging out a triple? Reggie Preciado tried to do the same. Great base running from Ivan Bredauer. Everything combining for a big inning there. And the 0-1 from Okendo is bounced foul up the right side. Cubs bullpen is working again. And that looks like Giovanni Cabrera. That is Giovanni. So, as alluded to in the last inning with Tyler, Josano Kendo missed all last year due to injury, so his pitch limit is pretty set. So once he hits that, he'll be out of the game. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball was dropped by Ariel Armas. Ari will scoot up a little bit in front of the mound and throw it on to first to complete the strikeout of Ryan Campos. Meanwhile, ball got away from the Cubs bullpen. Did not know which baseball to look at for a minute. There's a strikeout for Jozan Okendo. And with all the talent in this Cubs bullpen, Okendo, Cabrera, Schultz, strike throwers, this has all the makings for a dominant back end of the pen early in this season. And the Cubs with just 8 more outs to record for an opening night victory at Four Winds Field in comeback fashion. This is cued foul off the bat of Trey Page. How about it, though, last inning?
Man, oh, man. Yeah. Just catching up on my scorebook. Do have to remind you, as the RBI double ended the frame, Preciado RBI double, brought to you by Irons Local 292 and Ironworkers Local 292 double to finish a 5-run six.
Very good. Strike call on the outer edge to Trey Page. Page has been aboard twice for Peoria. He walked and singled in the 3rd and then was left on the base pass in the 5th after a 2-out double. Jozan Okendo, if he keeps his pitches light here, he could possibly finish off the 7th inning and take us to stretch time. That would work out well. Here's the 0-2. Grounded foul to the right. Would work out well because Giovanni Cabrera is more than capable of going 2 innings. Possibly for a 6-out save. But that's in the future. And Jozan Okendo's pitching with the bases clear. 1 away. 2 strikes here on Trey Page. And the right-hander's pitch. Ground ball, playable on the first base side. Backhanded by Comer, taking it to the bag. 3 unassisted. Jozan Okendo continues to dominate in his return to the mound. And he's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Plus, he's going to get the opportunity to face Michael Curiali. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, the Cubs will have Garcia, Hernandez, and Garriola to hit. He would love to get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more, or 6, or whatever. Up 5-2. Okendo to Curiali, fouled back, strike 1. Cold night at Four Winds Field. The sun has fully gone down. Night sky above the yard with the lights on. And the wind continues to breeze in from center. Just gently, though. Here's the 0-1 to Michael Curiali, and it's outside for a ball. Curiali in the game has singled and struck out. He was a part of that big defensive stand for the Cubs in the 3rd inning. And looking back, how important is that? Where the Cubs got an outfield assist from Ivan Brennauer, throwing out this guy, Curiali, at the dish. And then Tyler Schlafer picked off Trey Richardson to end that inning. 1-1 now. He is inside and low. 2-1. Tyler Schlafer also induced a 6-4-3 double play to end the 4th. So with Peoria leading 2-0 pretty much all game before this, they certainly have their chances to expand that. Cubs up 3, and the 2-1 in the dirt for a ball. Jozan Okendo using a stylish light blue mint, kind of like a powder blue. Ariel Armas will call time and go to the mound to chat. Just approaching the 2-hour mark of tonight's game. Opening night at Four Winds Field. The winner of this game is going to be 1-3 on the season. The loser is going to be 0-4. It's 3-1. And here comes Okendo. It's a strike call, a bender inside. 3-2. Base is clear for Peoria. And suddenly, again, down 3 runs. Curiali calls time before Okendo is ready to fire. Now Okendo ready. Glove at his chin, set from the stretch. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jozan Okendo works a 1-2-3 7th, and he punches out a pair. Cubs lead 5-2. It is time to stretch on My Michiana and WSBT Radio.
60 years ago, the Palm Sunday tornadoes destroyed our area with 137 people dead. This Friday, WSBT 22 News takes a look back at that terrible day with a special newscast. We're talking with survivors and examining what has changed with weather forecasting and warning systems in the last 60 years. Watch the Palm Sunday Tornado Special Newscast Friday at 5:30 on WSBT 22 News.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Oh!
For 35 years, the Hoosier Lottery has given back more than $7 billion to the state of Indiana, and we've done it with the help of Hoosiers like you. Learn more at HoosierLottery.com and play responsibly. Angel Gonzalez is going to start his first fresh inning. And Rayvon Garcia on the first pitch bounces it out slowly to second base. Trey Richardson gobbles it up and gets it to first. Rayvon Garcia, one pitch, one out. He is 0 for 3.
This on the heels of an 8-hitter, 5-run bottom of the 6th inning for South Bend to turn a 2-0 deficit with only 2 base hits, 4 runners through 5 innings into a 3-run lead. All of a sudden, Brian Calmer, the big hit, a 2-run triple, and this place was jumping.
Swing and a miss by Christian Hernandez on a slider low from Angel Gonzalez. A couple old buddies going at it here. We will check on this for the broadcast tomorrow, but Christian Hernandez now has 7 base hits on the season in 4 games. Swing and a miss. It very well could put him in the outright lead for Midwest League base knocks. He came in as one of 4 players with 5 or more. And on this cold night across the Midwest, it is not an easy night to hit. So 2 doubles for Christian. He may just propel himself to the top, but we'll have an answer for you tomorrow. 0-2. This is fouled off of the catcher Campos. He did not hold on to it. So Hernandez will see at least one more pitch. 5-2 Cubs, 7th inning.
Don't overlook the way he lit the fire for that 6th inning by hustling out a bloop double into shallow left center.
Yeah, and he looked back at the dugout for a little celebration, so no doubt started the rally. And the pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Type of stuff Angel Gonzalez can bring at you, no doubt. High leverage, 93 miles an hour that time. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th. The batter will be Andy Garriola. Andy, a part of that rally in the 6th, singling. And that single got the Cubs on the board. Made it a 2-1 game. Here's the pitch to Andy. Swing and a miss. Then Garriola later scored further in the inning. Oh and 1 on Andy Garriola. Holds the bat wide past his chest. Swing and a miss. Angel Gonzalez bringing the stuff here. And again, he inherited a tough situation, no question, last inning. But Brian Calmer tripled. Ivan Brennauer singled. Reggie Preciado doubled. He's got 2 strikes on Andy Garriola and deals. Andy punches it foul out of play over the tall roof. It's not going to be as easy to get foul balls on the South Street anymore. You know, up until last year, if you parked your car in South Street, you were walking outside of the ballpark hoping you didn't have something waiting for you. I did or did not, I will not confirm, as Garriola takes inside. My first year, that may or may not have happened to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you figure out, was it a Cubs hitter?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's like you got to send him a bill then.
Well, I don't. I wish. Here's a pop fly towards the right side. I did call Glass Doctor though, which is a sponsor here at Four Winds Field that just went off.
I usually keep the car over on Lafayette beyond the right field fence.
Trust me, I do now.
Yeah, with all the righties in the lineup to start there, I'm feeling pretty good about that call. Not that we've seen a lefty hit it out there before.
The 1-2 fouled away. Yeah, no, it wasn't even like I parked there often my first year. There was just a day where things were a little crazy and I forgot to move my car. And I get back to the car and there's a big hole in the glass and the baseball's in the car.
Boy,
kept the baseball though. I still have it.
Yeah,
still have the
get
baseball.
something out of it.
Yeah, still have it. Had the team sign it. Here's the 1-2. And a little looper is hit to shallow left. Patrutz is coming in, looking to that night sky. He's going to make the catch, and the Cubs go 1-2-3 in the 7th. Still, South Bend possesses that 5-2 lead. 6 outs to record for an opening night W on My Michiana and Sports Radio WSBT.
At United Federal Credit Union, we'd like to be the first to say welcome home with a mortgage loan made just for you. Whether you're looking for a construction or lot loan for your future dream home or a mortgage for a home you can move into right away, our expert advisors will help you find the way to your new front door. Get started today with our easy online application at unitedfcu.com/mortgage. United Federal Credit Union. We get you. Insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 471962.
Wakarusa Ag is your full-service equipment dealer with expertise in agricultural, construction, and residential equipment. Wakarusa Ag is ready to help with whatever needs you may have. Get ready for outdoor projects and cleanup with Steel and Echo's full line of power tools, chainsaws, leaf blowers, and trimmers. Check out their Bad Boy lawnmowers or their Skag zero-turn lawnmowers. Wakarusa Rental Services offers rental equipment for farmers or construction projects. Wakarusa Ag and Rentals on Nelson's Parkway and State Road 19 in Wakarusa or online at wakarusaag.com.
Discover the value of restoration with Fibrenew of Michiana. Whether it's leather, plastic, or vinyl, their experts breathe new life into your cherished home furniture, vehicle, and boat interior, or your business furnishings. Don't replace it, restore it. Contact Fibrenew for a quote today. And for a limited time, save money on your minimum service by using Fibrenew's Big Deal gift certificates. Act now to see the transformation. Experience the difference with Fibrenew of Michiana, where quality meets value.
The Tiki Hut at Four Winds Field open for business here in 2025. And we want to remind you to celebrate Mother's Day with the South Bend Cubs on May 11th with a special offer. Our Mother's Day brunch VIP package includes a ticket in the Pepsi Stadium Club, a 2-hour all-you-can-eat bistro buffet, and mimosas and Bloody Marys available for purchase for those over 21. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit southbendcubs.com. A pitching change as well for the Cubs, up 5-2 in this 8th inning. Right-hander Giovanni Cabrera is on. And he'll face Trey Richardson, who has been a pleasant surprise from a Peoria perspective tonight. He'll take a strike. Richardson has singled twice, stolen a base, scored a run from the 9 spot. 1-1 as the hard thrower Cabrera deals, and it's a strike. All Cubs calls to the bullpen are presented by Carpenter's Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years, but growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocal413.com. Cabrera sets for the 1-2 from the stretch and fires. Chopper left side, backhanded it short by Hernandez. Vacuums, throws, and gets him. Christian Hernandez makes it look silky smooth. And that's a big first out of this 8th inning. 5-2, you don't want to give the Chiefs any sort of momentum. You get that first out, and Giovanni Cabrera working now to the top of the order.
Yeah, especially with that lineup card flipping over. I mean, Cabrera is a guy who made more appearances against the Chiefs than any other opponent last year and was pretty darn good. Only 3 earned runs, 12 strikeouts in 9 innings in a third, and picked up a save, one of his 7 on June 15th of last year against the Chiefs.
Giovanni had a big first half last season in the Midwest League. ERA under 2. Then in the second half, the ERA started to run up a little bit. The 0-1 is a nasty slider low, which is chased at by Miguel Villarroel. We saw Giovanni work over the weekend. Pitched an inning and 2/3 against Beloit. Did give up 3 runs, but it was a tale of 2 innings. His first was a 1-2-3, and then he ran into trouble in the next. 0-2, swing and a miss on a slider. Giovanni Cabrera punches out Miguel Villarroel, and the Chiefs' leadoff man is
and the responsibility to create beauty to another and one block to the next. We are Keep America Beautiful, the nonprofit working with millions of people just like you to end littering, improve recycling, and beautify our communities. Because every mindful action and sustainable habit has a positive impact, and it all adds up. Learn how you can join Keep America Beautiful at kab.org. Together, we can do beautiful things.
last chance for the South Bend Cubs to add on to their 5-3 lead. With Peoria getting 1 run back in the top of the 8th, the Cubs' lead is a pair. And it is the heart of the order coming up against Angel Gonzalez. Angel pitching into a second full fresh inning here. He came on with a couple outs in the 6th. That 5-run rally for the Cubs occurred in that inning. Rafael Morel starts against Angel Gonzalez, first pitch high. Then Angel fought back and worked a 1-2-3 7th. The former South Bend Cub on the mound here for Peoria. Gonzalez was a Rule 5 draft selection of the Cardinals. Here's the 1-0. Cued foul by Morel. Earlier today, when I was saying hi to Angel Gonzalez, Rafael Morel was actually the first to do so, and the two embraced with a big hug. Good buddies here. Morel, a native of the Dominican Republic. Gonzalez from Puerto Rico. And the 1-1 is chopped over to short. Red basket of Villarroel, who fires over to first, a little low, but dug out of the ground by Joe Bear, and there's the first out of the 8th. Since the double by Reggie Preciado that made it 5-2, Gonzalez has sent down 4 consecutive Cubs. And the Cubs bullpen is working again after an inning from Giovanni Cabrera. Vince Riley is throwing a baseball, and what a job Vince Riley did back on Saturday in Beloit. Ariel Armas, the batter. Changeup from Gonzalez is swung through and missed, and that's a right-on-right change. Did not see many of those from Angel in his time as a South Bend Cub. 5-3 Cubs in the 8th, looking for an opening night victory. Here comes the 0-1 from Gonzalez to Armas, and it's a slider strike. Vince Riley forced extra innings back on Saturday in Beloit by striking out a pair of Sky Carp with the winning run at third base. And then Beloit did walk off the Cubs in the next inning. Riley was the pitcher on, but of course it was the automatic runner on base, not one that he allowed, that scored. The 0-2 is a little low, and it's 1-2. The Quad Cities River Bandits, by the way, you can blame me, have gotten their first base hit if you were a Wisconsin Timber Rattlers fan. Rattlers were no-hitting the River Bandits through 6, and the 1-2 is outside. Still, it's Wisconsin leading QC 4-0. The only score we did not get to last half inning was Lake County and West Michigan. The Whitecaps undefeated, but maybe for not much longer. Top of the 9th, Lake County 6, West Michigan 4. All scoreboard updates brought to you by South Bend International Airport. And the 2-2 backs away Armas inside. 3-2. It's also gone final. Great Lakes doubles up Lansing 10-5. Lugnuts drop to 1-3. That is the record the Cubs are hoping to improve to if they hold on here, leading by a pair. Here's the payoff, and it's low for ball 4. Ariel Armas reaches base for the first time tonight, and it comes via a walk brought to you by Best One Tire and Auto Care. Zolmans and Montes are proud partners of Best One. You can visit bestonetire.com to find a location near you. Best One, where the best costs less.
Now batting left fielder, number 25, Edgar Alvarez.
Here's a mound visit. The pitching coach, Will Hawks, is going to go to the mound. And Edgar Alvarez will wait for his AB. Edgar will bat with a man at first with the Cubs leading 5-3. And some insurance would be quite nice from a Cubs perspective to make Vince Riley's job in the top of the 9th as easy as possible. And looking ahead to that top of the 9th, the Chiefs will bat Ryan Campos, Trey Page, and Michael Curiale. So here comes Alvarez. Edgar has been on once. He walked and scored in the 6th inning, but he's still looking for his first base hit of the season. And he swings and misses. Really solid changeup from Gonzalez. I'll tell you, if there's one pitch I've been super impressed with from Angel, comparing his time as a South Bend Cub to now his very small amount of time spent with the Peoria Chiefs, it's the changeup. That pitch looks really good. Comes back with another. That one not as effective and outside, 1-1. Both of these teams are 0-3 to begin the season. One of them gets their first win. One of them keeps that goose egg in the W column. The 1-1. Alvarez chops the ball to third, right to Page, who goes to second for one. And the relay back to first is going to be in time. 5-4-3, inning-ending twin killing. We are going to go to the 9th. Vince Riley will look to convert his first save as a South Bend Cub. It's 5-3 South Bend on My Michiana and WSBT Radio.
Dear Truckin' Awesome, does Toyota Tundra have heart-pounding horsepower? Truck yeah. Is Tacoma style for the wild and as rugged as it comes? Truck yeah. And the 4Runner, tough as nails, ready for any trail? Truck yeah it is. Find your Toyota truck at Toyota.com. Put adventure in gear and floor it. Toyota, let's go places.
Some knowledge belongs to us and us alone. The way our girlfriends walk, talk, touch their hair. Details that only a sister can know about her girls. But what about our other girls? The ones we carry with us every day. Our bond with our sister girls gives life. But knowing your breasts can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Another call to the bullpen for the South Bend Cubs is brought to you by Carpenters Local 413. Much has changed over 120 years, but growth still rests on opening doors to all working carpenters. For more information, visit carpenterslocal413.com. Right-hander Vince Riley in his 4 wins field debut is on for the save. Cubs lead 5-3 in the 9th inning as Riley, who last year was the Myrtle Beach Pelicans closer, takes over and is in search of the final 3 outs. He will face Ryan Campos, Trey Page, and Michael Curiali. The first of those 2 are lefties. And for Vince Riley, this is his 2nd appearance as a Cub. Last worked on Saturday when the Beloit Skycarp walked off the South Bend Cubs 5-4. However, as we told you last inning, in the 9th, Riley forced extras by getting out of the frame with 2 strikeouts in the winning run at 3rd. First pitch, inside and low to Ryan Campos. Chiefs need 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead. The Cubs using a 5-run 6th inning to their advantage. All scoring for South Bend came in the 6th. Vince Riley always works from the stretch. Strong right-hander fires. And it's low and inside on Campos. We'll get you a scoreboard update as well from the Cubs organization on South Bend International Airport's out-of-town scoreboard update here in just a moment. For now, it's a 2-0 start on Campos, and the Peoria catcher is 0 for 3. Righty to lefty, the pitch. Pulled sharply to first, under the mid of Brian Calmer for a base hit. Campos is going to make the turn at first, bobbling it in right is Brennauer, and Campos will be safe at second. It was a ball blistered under the mid of Calmer, and Campos is safe. The tying run immediately will come to the plate for Peoria. We'll see how that's ruled. It was hit hard to first. But Campos is on, and he'll be at second base. A base hit to start. Or I should say a base runner to start. We'll see if it's ruled a hit or an error.
Now batting, third baseman, number 13, Trey Page.
And the batter will be Trey Page. I believe an error has been put on the board. Well, actually, it'll probably be a hit and an error, I would say. We'll see. Here's Page. Another lefty takes inward. I would say they'll give a base hit, and then they would call the bobble and right by Brennauer an error. We'll see. So single and an error is what I would imagine. Yep. It's a single for Campos, and then he goes to second on the E9. One and 0 here on Trey Page. The next delivery, he bunts it foul to the left. Interesting, Page is bunting. It is not a one-run game. I mean, obviously, he had to have been bunting for a base hit there. Now, Reggie Preciado is going to play in along third base. His feet are touching the grass at third. The shortstop, Hernandez, behind him to the left of the bag at second. And the 1-1 from Vince Riley. A little looper hit up the left field line, foul. That was nearly trouble. It would have for sure scored a run. And it's 1-2 on Page. This is the bottom of the order for Peoria. But Trey Page has had a good day. He walked and scored a run in the third. He doubled in the fifth. And he grounded out in the seventh. Cubs 5, Chiefs 3, ninth inning. Huge gap on the left side of the infield between Hernandez and Preciado. And the 1-2. Dribbled foul off of the batter. Page will kick that baseball away as it was still on the dirt with his red cleats. 1-2. Cubs are playing the Rangers again tonight. It is 6-5 Cubs in the top of the 7th. From Wrigley. Riley agrees and deals the 1-2 on the way. Another pop fly foul. Vince Riley saved 6 games last season with Myrtle Beach. 5-3 Cubs here in the 9th. 3 outs for an opening night victory. The kick in the 1-2. A fly ball hit towards left center. Long chase Morrell towards the gap in left center. Makes the running catch. Tagging from second, heading to third is going to be Campos. He'll be safe there, but the Cubs exchange the out for a free 90 feet for Campos. Page flies out to center, and there's one away in the 9th. 5-3 Cubs. The tying run is at the dish, but here comes Michael Curiali. Again, Campos aboard on the single, and then went to second on the air on the misplay and right by Brettauer. Cubs are being out-hit by the Chiefs now 8-7. Now South Bend's going to appeal by throwing the ball to second. The appeal is if they thought Campos tagged from the base in time or not, and then the umpires ruled he did. So Riley threw it behind him to Rayvaj Garcia at second, and they said there was no dice and Campos was fine. He leads at third, and here's the first pitch to Curiali. Outside. The next pitch, right down the middle, it's a strike. Very shallow in right field is Brettauer. Extremely shallow. Infield back, the 1-1. Outside and low, it scraped the dirt for ball 2. Cubs 5, Chiefs 3, opening night, chilly, about 30 degrees. Vince Riley, the California native, into his motion for the 2-1. A high pop fly, right side, foul ground. Calmer gives it a look in front of the Cub dugout. Does he have room? Can't make the catch. It fell behind Calmer at his back, and he never touched it. It's a foul ball. It's just going to be a strike on Curiali. And talk about new life here for this Chiefs hitter. He's going to get to see a 2-2 pitch on a ball that probably should have been caught. Riley sets for the 2-2, and the strong right-hander brings it in the dirt for a ball. 3-2. If Curiali were to reach, the tying run would be on, and the go-ahead run would come up. Trey Richardson is on deck. And Trey Richardson also has an RBI already on the day. Riley using a bright red mitt. Checks third, agrees, and pitches. Cued foul up the first base side. We'll do it again on the 3-2. How about AAA Iowa hammering Toledo today, 14-1. That's the only final so far on the Cubs org. Vince Riley trying to finish this one. 5-3 Cubs. Another payoff pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him on a sharp slider. Strikeout for Vince Riley. And now the Chiefs are down to their final out. A very loyal crowd tonight on opening night has stuck around for the end of this one. In a very cold environment, but those that are here, many are standing. The Chiefs have a man at third, down 2. Trey Richardson batting with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside. Reggie Preciado really hugging the third base chalk. He is not playing close to the bag, probably about 5 or 6 feet away. With Campos leading in foul ground there. 1 out for a W for the Cubs. It will be their first of the season. The 1-0 is spun in for a strike on a slider. One and one here on Trey Richardson. Riley says yes and fires. It's a fastball, check swing. Did he go? No. Base umpire Connor Crowell said he did not swing. And again, it's a tough call. The base umpire in this positioning with a runner at third is standing behind the mound. It was a high fastball that Richardson checked at but held up. Now it's 2-1. And Riley delivers. Swing and a miss that time on some high heat. 2-2. And on this opening night, the Cubs are a strike away from a win. It would be a comeback win. South Bend was down 2-0 before a 5-run sixth frame. 2-2. Man at third. Riley readies. And here he comes. Just a little outside. Good pitch, but it missed the outer black. It's now gone full on Trey Richardson, who's got that ski mask over his face and neck. And even with the mask, you can see his breath coming out of his mouth. Will be due for the payoff. Vince Riley kicks and delivers. Outside, ball four. Riley walks Richardson, and the top of the order is going to come up for Peoria. The Chiefs are going to get a chance here. The go-ahead run will come to the plate in Miguel Villarroel, who is 0 for 4 on the night.
Number 5-2, Miguel Villarroel.
Trey Richardson on base 3 times. He was 0 for 7 on the season coming into this game. And here is now Riley working against Villarroel. Will Richardson run from first? No. And the pitch is blown past Villarroel on a fastball. 94 mph. There's a force at second with runners at the corners. Tying run on for Peoria. Cubs lead 5-3. Vince Riley into his motion 0-1. There goes Richardson. The pitch is fouled back by Villarroel. And Trey Richardson has to turn around and jog back to first. Once again, the Chiefs are down to their final strike. Riley stares in for the side from Armas. He's got one that he likes. He now sets at the belt. Kicks the leg and pitches. Outside. 1-2. The matter of getting that third strike here for Riley. (5-3) Cubs, 9th inning, a strike away from an opening night win. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit towards right. Brett Hours over. He says he's got it, and he makes the catch. The Cubs win. It's the first win of 2025 for Nick Clavello's South Bend Cubs. And it comes over the St. Louis Cardinals Midwest League affiliate, the Peoria Chiefs, by a final score of 5-3. Cubs win it. Vince Riley does convert the save. The Chiefs got a couple base runners in the top of the ninth, but a line drive fly out from Miguel Villarroel to Ivan Brennauer iced it, and the Cubs win. Opening night at Four Winds Field, they get the job done. And we're going to get a post-game interview. Tyler Reedy is on the field awaiting the guy he wants to pick for our Pegs Player of the Game and our post-game interview. And while we wait on that, we'll get you the final line scores. The Cubs win with 5 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. The Chiefs with 3 runs and 8 hits. They did not make a miscue in the ball game. Cubs improved to 1-3. The Chiefs are going to fall to 0-4 on the campaign. And we are going to get things set up and sent downstairs to Tyler Reedy with Brian Calmer.
Thank you, BK. I'm joined now by Brian Calmer after a South Bend Cubs home opener win. BK, how about these fans here on opening night?
Yeah, I mean, give it up to them. They showed out and they were great for us. That's awesome.
All right, you got the 5-3 win. Really lit the fire with the 5-run sixth inning. Your big hit, the 2-run triple off a former teammate. How cool was that moment to give your team the lead?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Obviously, just looking for a good pitch to execute, and I got it, and I was just making sure I didn't miss it.
So you bounced back from the tough weekend to start it off on the road. You're in the win column for the first time. How can this night get you guys rolling?
Obviously, that's a good ball club, so I think we played really well all around on both sides of the ball, and we're just looking to –
There are better nights than this one to wear that. But you get the win. You're 1-3. You're 1-0 at Four Winds Field. How's it feel here going into Game 2 tomorrow night?
I think we're feeling really good on both sides of the ball. I think we're going to roll with the momentum and keep playing good baseball.
All right, Brian Comer, your player of the game with the 2-run triple in the sixth. Back to you in the booth, BK.
BK and Tyler, thank you so much. It is not the night for sure to take the Gatorade dump, but Brian Comer certainly did it. We'll come back to break this one down with the post-game show next on My Michiana and WSBT Radio.
Hey fans, catch the excitement of minor league baseball with the Bally Sports Live app. Watch your favorite team or scout the top prospects. Every game live all season long. Strike three! You're out! Plus, stream the Savannah Bananas and emerging fight sports to keep the action going. Best of all, it's totally free. No credit card required. Download the Bally Sports Live app today on your phone or connected device.
A vehicle is stolen once every 40 seconds in the United States. The cost adds up to over $6 billion a year. But there are steps you can take to help put the brakes on vehicle theft. Roll up the windows completely. Don't leave valuables in the car. Take the keys or the fob with you. Lock the doors. If you have information on vehicle theft, contact the NICB. Reach us at 1-800-TEL-NICB or visit www.nicb.org. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Over-the-counter pain medications can be bought without a prescription and are intended to reduce fever and temporarily relieve minor aches and pains. There are two main types of over-the-counter pain medicines, acetaminophen and NSAIDs.